A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
From Hollywood, Camel Cigarettes present the Screen Guild Players. Our stars, Cary Grant, Loretta Young, and David Niven. Our play, The Bishop's Wife. Our host, Camel Cigarettes.
Experience is the best teacher.
Try a Camel. Let your own experience tell you why more people are smoking Camels than ever before. Yes, try a Camel on your T-zone. That's T for taste and T for throat. Your true proving ground for any cigarette. See how Camel's rich, full flavor pleases your taste. See how Camel's cool mildness appeals to your throat. Tonight, Camel Cigarettes take great pride in presenting the Screen Guild Players in Samuel Goldwyn's smash hit, which has been honored with 5 Academy Award nominations this year. And starring in their original roles, 3 of your very favorite people. Loretta Young, David Niven, and Cary Grant. The Camel Screen Guild Players bring you The Bishop's Wife.
Let's just suppose that you were married to a bishop. To a bishop who was trying to build a cathedral. Suppose you saw him growing haggard with his cares, harassed by the petty selfishness about him, irritable, frustrated, and completely unhappy. And then suppose that suddenly, quite suddenly, he changed. Became again the simple, charming man he'd once fallen in love with. Now tell me, wouldn't you be apt to call that a miracle? I don't think as long as I live I shall ever forget that particular day. I'd been out shopping all afternoon, and I'd forgotten my problems for a while. And when I got home...
Julia, is that you?
Oh, yes, dear, yes. Oh, Henry, I'm so sorry I'm late. I went down to get our Christmas tree from Mr. Minetti. You remember him, don't you? And I stopped in at St. Timothy's. Oh, it's such a beautiful church, even if it is in the slums. And Henry, everybody asked for you. And I ran into Professor Wuthridge, too. Oh, he gave me a contribution for your cathedral. Here.
This? What is it?
Well, it's an old Roman coin. Wasn't it sweet?
The old fool. What does he think I can do with this?
Oh, Henry. Well, at least it's a beginning. Now all you need is another 4 million.
Julia, please stop being flippant about the cathedral.
Henry, what's the matter, dear? Did the meeting go badly?
Terrible. What a ghastly afternoon.
Mrs. Hamilton.
A ghastly woman. Just because she's pledged all that money, she wants that memorial chapel for her husband to dominate the entire cathedral.
Well, you refused to allow it, of course.
I most certainly did.
Good.
She marched out of here like a wounded tigress. I had a most unchristian impulse to pick up the blueprints and give her a good whack over the mink coat.
Oh, Henry, you mustn't let her upset you so. Especially now before Christmas. Look, why not postpone the cathedral a while? At least until after Christmas.
That's impossible. I'm to raise even part of the money we need. I must take advantage of the Yuletide spirit.
Darling, if you could only see your poor, harassed face.
Well, you're not helping it any.
Henry, what happened? What's happened to us in our marriage? We used to have so much fun together, you and Debbie and I. We used to be happy. We used to make other people happy, too. That was your gift, Henry. You're not a financier and you're not a promoter.
Julia, you can't see beyond the end of your nose. The cathedral must rise. I want it to stand like a mighty beacon. I want it to shed its light.
I'll save that for your next committee meeting. I'll go see if dinner's ready.
Oh, Julia, wait. I'm sorry, dear. I've been so upset. Maybe I can forget it for a day. Maybe I can take tomorrow off. Maybe we can go out together.
Where?
Oh, just walk around as we used to. And go and see the professor, perhaps, and then go out in the park and watch them skating. You know, that sort of thing.
Darling.
Perhaps we might have lunch at Michelle's. Do you remember, Julia?
Michelle's? Oh, Henry, we haven't been there in ages.
I'll get it, dear. Hello? Bishop Braun speaking. Mr. Trevor? Yes, how are you? Tomorrow? Oh, for lunch? Couldn't we make it another day? Oh, yes, I understand. Very well, I'll be there.
Tomorrow. For lunch.
Oh, Julia, I'm sorry. It's the altar committee. I promised them
a
a
week.
week.
To explain, Henry. I'll go see about them.
Dear God, what am I to do? Help me. Tell me what I am to do. Please, God, help me. Please. I thought I...
Good evening.
Good evening. Strange, I didn't see you come in.
Oh, that's not strange. You weren't supposed to.
What can I do for you?
Oh, that isn't the question. The question is, what can I do for you?
Look, I'm afraid you'll have to telephone my secretary for an appointment. I'm just about to go into dinner.
Oh, that's all right. All right, Henry. The soup will keep warm.
Yes, but I...
Now, first of all, you asked for help.
I? When did... Who told you I asked for help? Who are you?
I'm an angel. Mm-hmm. No wings at the moment, but...
Oh, no. I knew it. I've just been working too hard.
Yes, I know, Henry. It's difficult to believe, even for you. You can't imagine an angel coming down to earth.
No, frankly, I can't.
Well, you needn't think we relish the trip. Not the way things are down here these days. But we go where we're sent. There's always work to be done. For example, this cathedral of yours. It needs Henry, you do believe me, don't you? You're big enough to know that I am what I say I am.
Well, how can I be sure I only have your word?
Well, surely a bishop can trust the word of an angel.
Oh, I'd like to, but... I'd like to very much, but what do you propose to do? Perform a miracle?
If necessary.
Well, then why don't you do it? Why don't you create the cathedral with one wave of your hand?
Oh, no, Henry, that would be a mistake. People would be puzzled. They'd write letters to the newspapers demanding an explanation. And you couldn't explain it. Because no man could ever admit he'd been visited by an angel.
But still, I don't...
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you.
Julia, this is...
Hello, Julia. I'm Dudley. Henry has engaged me to help him with his work.
You mean you're going to be his assistant?
That's it. I'm going to help him get some rest and relaxation.
Oh, that's what I've been praying for.
You too?
Oh, yes, for weeks. Tell me, when will you start?
Tomorrow morning, unless Henry wants to change his mind.
Well, I...
Oh, no, I'm sure he doesn't. Oh, Henry, I'm so happy. Let's have Dudley stay for dinner, and then you... Oh, that's strange. He's gone.
I imagine he wasn't very hungry.
But to disappear so suddenly...
Well, it's just a way he has.
Henry, why are you so nervous?
Nervous? Nervous? I'm not nervous. Come along now. Let's have our dinner. Have our dinner. Oh, come along. Let's eat.
Well, there you are. Good morning, Henry.
I see you're here already.
Bright and early. Thought I'd get busy while you finished your breakfast.
I believe that's my mail you have in your hand.
Yes. I was just looking through it.
Are you expecting a letter, perhaps?
Oh, one never knows. But if I should get one, the stamp's going to be worth saving. Now, look, Henry, don't worry about this mail. I'll get it all answered and filed and...
Never mind the mail. That's work for a secretary, not for an angel.
Aha. So you're beginning to believe that I really am one.
Well, I don't know what to believe anymore. Well, look here. If you've got a spare miracle about, I can use one.
For what? To get the cathedral built?
Well, that's most important, of course.
Or to make Julia happy?
I don't know what you mean.
You know, Henry, it's difficult for me to help you until I'm sure of what you really want. Tell me, what are your plans for today?
Conference at 10, committee meeting at lunch.
At lunch? Didn't Julia want to go to Michelle's?
Oh, I know. I suggested it, but what can I do?
Nothing, apparently. What is Julia going to do about it?
Oh, she's told the maid she could have the day off to get her Christmas shopping done. Julia's taking Debbie to the park. Oh, I wish she could go to Michelle's. I wish she could go with all my heart.
Well, if you really wish it, Henry. Don't worry. I'm sure it'll come out all right.
I'll ever be able to skate.
Oh, of course you will, Debbie. It just takes a little practice, that's all. Now then, here we go. Now just hold on tight to Mommy.
You know, I think she's ready to skate by herself.
Why, Dudley.
Go Go ahead, Debbie. Try.
Can I, Mommy?
Well, yes, I suppose so.
Watch me now. Watch me, Mommy. Watch me.
See?
Oh, she won't fall. I mean, she won't scrape her shins or something.
Certainly, and she'll love it.
Mommy, I fell. I fell, Mommy.
Oh, Debbie.
She's getting up. She's quite all right.
Well, I suppose it's all part of the learning. Dudley, what are you doing out here? Shouldn't you be working?
It's almost time for lunch, you know. I think everyone ought to relax at lunch.
Oh, I wish you could make Henry see it that way.
I'll try. I thought I'd go down and have lunch at Miss Shell's. Ever hear of it?
Michelle?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, it's a lovely place. Henry and I used to go there often.
Well, why not come along with me?
To You mean you and I? Oh, no, I couldn't.
Why not? I'm sure that Henry wouldn't mind. I'd explain to him that, that we just...
No, it isn't that. But you see, I gave Matilda the day off to do her Christmas shopping, and so I have to take care of Debbie, and...
Mrs. Brown?
Why, it's Matilda.
Mrs. Brown, I thought I'd find you here. I can take Debbie now if you wish.
But, Matilda, you're shopping.
Oh, I finished it. I finished it so fast it was like a miracle.
Well, Julia, what do you say?
No, I'm afraid not. I promised Debbie I'd teach her to skate.
Look, Mommy, I'm skating.
Well, Julia, any other reasons?
No, not a reason in the world. Oh, Henry, the most wonderful thing. Dudley took me to Michelle's. Isn't he an angel?
Yes, I'm sure he is.
And, darling, you know what? He ordered the entire meal in French. He speaks it beautifully.
No doubt he spent a lot of time in France.
Ah, yes. Especially Paris. I've had to do quite a bit of work in Paris.
Oh. and Henry, then we met Professor Whatridge. And you know that book he's been working on for years? Well, Dudley gave him some new ideas.
Oh, not new, really. They're very old.
Well, something to do with Caesar and Cleopatra. Honestly, Dudley, you know so much. Sometimes you almost frighten.
Oh, in that case, I'm sorry I ever learned anything.
And for tonight, Dudley has the most heavenly idea.
What again?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the ice on the lake will be solid by tonight, and you need some exercise.
Henry, we're all going skating tonight.
I'm sorry, Julia, not tonight. I've made an appointment for tonight.
Oh, no.
With Mrs. Hamilton. It's very urgent. I've made an important decision.
Well, in that case,
Believe me, Julia, I'd like to see you go skating. I wish you could go with all my heart. But...
Well, now, look. If you're busy, why don't I take Julia?
Oh, that's a wonderful idea. And then you could join us later. Couldn't he, Dudley?
Depends on how long he'll be kept at Mrs. Hamilton's.
Oh, well, what time is your appointment, Henry?
8 o'clock sharp.
Well, if you could sort of hurry it up, then...
Don't worry, Julia. I will be with you by 9.
My dear Bishop, you can't imagine how your change has delighted me, though I was sure that mature reflection on your part. You do see it all as I do now.
Exactly as you see it, Mrs. Hamilton. And if I may ask about the money?
I shall instruct my lawyer to turn it over to you. $1 million. Now, of course, the memorial chapel will be placed...
Just where you specified, I assure you.
And the dedication? I wouldn't want my husband's name on some little brass plaque.
Oh, it shall be incised in marble. Large letters, gilded.
How nice. And about the large window depicting St. George and the Dragon?
Yes?
If the face of St. George might suggest my late husband...
Yes, of course. Is anyone you see as the dragon?
Oh, any dragon. We'll discuss the details when the new plans are drawn.
Oh, thank you so much, Mrs. Hamilton. I hate to be rushing, but Julia's waiting for me, and Oh, my goodness.
What is it, Bishop?
Well, this chair, I seem to be sticking to it.
How in the world could that have happened?
I have a very good idea.
Oh, Stephen.
Yes, madam.
There's something wrong about the bishop's chair.
Oh, it must be the new varnish, madam. The finisher should have warned us.
I trust I am not damaging the chair.
Oh, not at all. Stevens, call a furniture shop. Call a plumber. Get some turpentine. Do something.
At once, madam. I'll have his reverence delivered in no time at all.
Really, Bishop, it hardly does any good for you to pace that way.
But it's almost 10 o'clock, Mrs. Hamilton, and Julia's waiting. If I could only just shake this chair loose.
I'm afraid Stevens is having difficulty finding a workman. It's rather late, you know.
Yes, I know.
Well, don't be nervous. Have a chair.
Thank you very much. I have a chair. Mrs. Hamilton, may I use the telephone?
Of course, it's right here.
Oh, very kind. Hello? Matilda? Matilda, this is Bishop Brougham. I'm at Mrs. Hamilton's, and I want to come home. Matilda, I'm afraid you're going to be a little shocked. Will you please bring me over a pair of trousers?
Henry, we waited and waited for you. Why didn't you come?
Yes, what kept you so long at Mrs. Hamilton's?
A chair and other things?
Oh, it was wonderful on the lake. And you should have seen Dudley. He skates divinely, just as though he had wings.
I can just imagine.
Well, I'd better go up and see if Debbie is covered. I'll be right down.
Now then, Dudley.
Yes?
There is one thing I know. Julia is absolutely blameless.
Of course she is.
You deliberately stopped me from joining you.
Julia had a very good time.
And you?
Delightful. Of course, I was only there by proxy as your representative.
Is that included in the normal duties of an angel?
Sometimes, Henry, angels must rush in where fools fear to tread.
I haven't the faintest idea what that means, and I don't want it explained to me. Furthermore, I've solved my problem, and you can go.
Mm-hmm. So Mrs. Hamilton is giving you the money for the cathedral. Mm-hmm. So you made a slight sacrifice of principles, Henry.
Look at that picture. Isn't that glorious edifice worth it?
I'm not so sure of its glory at a time like this.
Oh, you're not?
No. These are lean years for the world, Henry. So many people need food. So many need shelter. That one big roof could make many little roofs.
Well, it's done now. It's all settled. You came here so I could get a cathedral, and I've got a cathedral. And now there's only one more thing I want from you.
Mm-hmm. And what's that?
Get out. I want you to get out of here at once.
David Niven, Loretta Young, and Cary Grant will be back at the Camel Screen Guild microphone in Act 2 of The Bishop's Wife. Offhand, you wouldn't say that an angel, a bishop, and his wife are the best subjects for light, sentimental comedy, would you? It takes a deft director to mix these unusual ingredients properly, and the best kind of acting. Yes, it takes the kind of superior ability that can be attained only through experience. Experience is the best teacher, whether it's in making a motion picture or choosing a cigarette. Millions of Camel smokers know that. You know, more people are smoking Camels than ever before. Yes, millions of smokers choose Camels after trying and comparing different brands of cigarettes in their T-zones. That's teeth for taste and teeth for throat, where you judge any cigarette. They compared the different brands for flavor, for mildness, and for all-round smoking pleasure. Yes, experience has taught smokers everywhere that it's Camels for rich, full flavor and cool mildness. More people are smoking Camels than ever before. Experience is the best teacher. Try a Camel on your T-zone. See if you don't agree with millions of other smokers that Camels suit your T-zone to a T. And remember, Camels by the carton are the best buy. Camel Cigarettes now present Act 2 of The Bishop's Wife, starring Cary Grant, Loretta Young, and David Niven.
It was a shock, of course, to come downstairs and find Dudley gone. But of course I know now he really wasn't gone. The very next afternoon, Christmas Eve, while Henry and I were out making calls, Dudley was busy in Henry's study.
What have we got here? Oh, my, Henry's sermon. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here to... Same old stuff. Dry as dust. Oh, I think we ought to improve on this. Mm-hmm. All right, you old Remington, take a sermon. Yeah, that's the general idea. Now, keep it up. Mm-hmm. Fine. Mm-hmm. Fine. Well, you stay with that until you're through. I've got a little call to make.
I appreciate your dropping in, Mr. Dudley, though I'd no idea the Bishop had engaged an assistant. Can't imagine why he didn't tell me.
Oh, well, he's been so busy. Lovely home, Mrs. Hamilton.
Yes, I'm quite proud of it. Furnished entirely in antiques, you know, except the piano, of course.
The piano. Hmm? You know, I was just admiring it.
Oh, do you like it?
Oh, yes, indeed. The piano is my favorite instrument. Next to the harp. Ah, nice tone.
I have it tuned every 2 months. I always say that if you want to get the best out of a piano, you've simply got to... What? What's that you're playing?
This?
I'm the only living person who knows that composition.
Yes. Well, it's a shame that only you and I appreciate the lost genius of Alan Carteret.
You know about Alan Carteret?
Of course. He was brilliant. Killed at the Battle of San Juan Hill.
But that was 50 years ago. You couldn't have known.
Well, I'm a lot older than you think.
Still, I can't believe.
Now, tell me. Tell me, my dear. Tell me about Alan and you.
Alan Carteret was the only man I ever loved. We were engaged to be married. Alan had nothing, and I was afraid of poverty. So he went away. I never saw him again. I never loved my husband. My whole life has been a lie. I can never be forgiven. Never.
Don't say such a thing. You will earn forgiveness.
Are you sure? Sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Now, chin up, Agnes. I believe that Henry and Julia are here.
They are. Oh, I didn't hear the doorbell.
You will.
Oh, but I can't see them now. I won't.
Oh, of course you will. You'll welcome them in your usual warm-hearted manner.
Mrs. Hamilton is expecting you. Will you go right in, please?
Dudley, you'll stay for dinner, won't you?
Oh, I'm afraid I can't. I have a great deal of work to do. But go on. You mustn't keep them waiting.
Yes. Excuse me for a moment. Mrs. Brougham, my dear, how sweet of you to come. And Bishop, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to you, too, Mrs. Hamilton.
Oh, come now, we're such good friends. I shall call you Henry. And you must call me Agnes. And Julia, you too, won't you, my dear?
Well, yes. Agnes?
I was just saying to Dudley here that... Why, that's strange. He's gone.
Dudley, you mean he was here?
I should have known it.
Henry, he's the most marvelous person. How did you ever find him?
It was more or less of an accident.
It was a miracle.
Oh, indeed it was. Why, in just a few moments, he made me understand so many things. Henry, I must talk to you. It's most important.
Oh, about the memorial chapel? You've changed your mind?
Yes, I've changed it completely. I'm going to give my money to those who really need it. To the hungry and the homeless, here in this city and everywhere. And, Henry, I want you to direct the whole thing.
No cathedral.
Oh, Henry, isn't it wonderful what Dudley's done?
Yes, wonderful. Oh, thank you very much, Mrs. Hamilton. Good evening.
But, dear, where are you going?
I'll be home, Julia. I don't know. Sometime later on, I'm going for a walk or something. It's not Mrs. Hamilton. I can take that in my stride. But Julia, too, I can't fight back.
Why not, Henry? Why can't you fight for Julia?
Fight against Dudley?
You're not even trying.
How can I fight him? He's an angel.
Of course. That's where you have the advantage, Henry.
Advantage?
Yes. Remember? Dudley's an angel. But you are a man.
A man? That's right. Yes, that's right. I am a man. I'm sorry? Reverend, were you talking to me? No, I was just... Oh, Merry Christmas, my friend. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, Julia. I was just saying goodnight to Debbie. I left a little doll on her bed.
Oh.
Don't be surprised if she calls it her angel. It's a sort of remembrance.
Oh, you're going away?
Yes. I think my work here is almost finished.
Where will you be going now?
Wherever they send me.
Who are they?
My superior officers.
Dudley, don't go.
I'm sorry, Julia. I must.
Was this last week ever since you came? Everything's been so wonderful. Just like heaven on earth. Dudley, I don't want you to go.
Believe me, Julia. I haven't any say in it. You do believe me?
Yes, I believe you. I'll go up and look at Debbie now. Goodbye, Dudley.
Goodbye, Julia.
Julia, are you in here? Oh, it's you.
Oh, hello, Henry.
Dudley, I have never before fought with an angel, but I suggest that you take off your coat and put up your dukes.
Henry, Don't you realize that as an angel I could quite possibly destroy you with a bolt of lightning?
I don't care. Julia means more to me than my life. I'm not going to lose her.
All right, now put down your fist, Henry. I have good news for you. I'm going.
I'll accept that as a fact when I see it happen.
Oh, you can trust me, Henry. You see, your prayer has been answered.
Well, that's not true. I prayed for a cathedral.
No, Henry. You prayed for guidance. It's been given you. Oh, just a minute, sir, please. Well, goodbye, Henry.
Dudley, if we should need you again, would you come?
Not I. I should ask for an assignment at the other end of the universe.
Because I was so difficult? I'm sorry, Dudley.
Oh, no. This difficulty was in me. Take her in your arms, Henry, and hold her tight. Coming, sir. Kiss her for me, you fortunate Henry.
He's gone. Just disappeared.
Henry, dear, the bells have started. You have a sermon to preach, you know. You'll have to hurry if you're going to get there. Oh, Henry, what is it?
Julia. Julia, darling.
Why, Henry.
Now, that's what I call kissing, Henry. I couldn't have done as well myself.
Our stars, Loretta Young, Cary Grant, and David Niven will be back in just a moment. According to a nationwide survey, more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette. This survey was conducted by 3 leading independent research organizations. They asked 113,597 doctors in every state in the Union, what cigarette they smoked. The brand name most was Camel. Well, of course, doctors smoke for pleasure, just like everyone else. And for pleasure, millions of smokers choose Camel's rich, full flavor and cool mildness. And now I know I'm speaking for millions when I say thank you, Cary Grant, David Niven, and Loretta Young for your captivating performances. And Loretta, may I add how happy we all are about your Academy Award nomination for The Farmer's Daughter.
Oh, thank you, Roy.
Well, it couldn't have happened to a nicer girl. You know, this is Loretta's second appearance with the Camel Screen Guild Players in a month.
Which just shows how we all feel about the Motion Picture Relief Fund and its country house. Both largely supported by this program. Am I right, Brother Grant?
Brother David, I'll say amen to that for 2 reasons. I'm thinking of the men in the Servicemen's Hospital who get free Camels every week, the gift of the makers of Camel cigarettes. Among the hospitals that receive free Camels this week are the Veterans Hospital, Wilmington, Delaware, the U.S. Army Brooke General Hospital, San Antonio, Texas, and U.S. Naval Hospital, Brooklyn, New York. Well, happy smoking, gentlemen. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Don't forget, Monday night is always a brilliant event in the Camel Screen Guild Theater. Hollywood's greatest stars in Hollywood's greatest stories. Next Monday night, another great radio scoop. It was a smash hit on Broadway and a smash hit on the screen. That hilarious study of Back Bay, Boston, The Late George Atley. It will star Ronald Colman, Peggy Cummins, Richard Hayden, and Edna Beth. Be sure to listen. The Bishop's Wife was directed by Bill Lawrence, adapted for radio by Harry Cronman, with music by Wilbur Hatch, and was presented through the courtesy of Samuel Goldwyn, whose latest production is A Song is Born. Cary Grant will soon be seen starring in the RKO production, Mr. Blanding Builds His Dream House. David Niven appeared through the courtesy of Samuel Goldwyn. Listen to Vaughn Monroe with Colonel Stoopnagle and their guest, Louis Prima, on the air for Camel Cigarettes every Saturday night over most of the CBS stations. This is Michael Roy in Hollywood saying good night and won't you have a Camel? This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
The Johnson's Wax Program with Fibber, McGee, and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Fibber, McGee, and Molly with Bill Thompson, Gail Gordon, Arthur Q. Bryan, and me, Harlow Wilcox. The script is by Don Quinn and Phil Leslie. Music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. This is the time of year when most of us get our greatest pleasure and comfort out of our homes. With winter coming on, it's especially pleasant to sit in a warm, snug, attractive room and read or talk or listen to the radio. Now, you can add to your enjoyment of these evenings if you make your rooms more beautiful with Johnson's Paste Wax. Your living room, for example. It's a much more attractive place to be if the floors have a polished wax luster. And the beauty that you give your floors with Johnson's Paste Wax is a beauty that lasts. Partly because Johnson's Wax forms a hard coat over your floors, a coat that protects the wood from dirt and scratches. And partly because a waxed and polished floor is so easy to clean. Dirt comes off that smooth surface with a few strokes of a dust cloth. Next time you go to the store, ask for Johnson's Paste Wax. Let it make your house a warmer-looking, richer-looking, pleasanter place to live in during the winter months ahead. Mark Twain once said, everybody talks about the weather, but nobody does anything about it. By the same token, a lot of people talk about early Christmas shopping, but how many do anything about it? Well, we can name two, Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
McGee, do you remember the vow you made about this time last year?
Huh? Oh, you mean about putting the lawnmower away for the winter to keep it from getting snowed on? Well, don't think I forgot it, kiddo. I remembered it yesterday, but when I went out to put it away, it was under 3 foot of snow, and I couldn't find it. But next year, I'm going to put a red flag on the handle, so no matter how deep the snow gets...
No, that's not what I meant. What I meant...
Oh, you mean about leaving my dead cigar butts on our night table at night? The reason for that is that when a night-flying mosquito smells a cigar butt, he always...
No.
Huh?
The vow to which I have reference was where you said last year we will do our Christmas shopping early next year, which is this year. And you swore it on a stack of bills from the Bon-Ton. Remember?
Certainly I remember, and I ain't forgot to either. Within the next week or 10 days, I'll start making out a shopping list that'll have...
A week or 10 days? Sweetheart, do you realize that there are exactly 15 shopping days left till Christmas?
That's what I say. No hurry.
Well, I've already made out a list, what to get for whom and for how much. We're not going to be wrapping presents at the last minute this year.
Fine, that's for me, kiddo. And just to show you that I ain't completely stupid about this thing, let's not wrap them at all. Let's let the store wrap them.
Well, heavenly days, that's a very good idea.
Yeah. Remember the hours I spent last year trying to wrap up that rocking horse for the little girl across the street? You'll admit a department store is much better equipped for that sort of stuff.
You're so right, dearie. You have no gift for that sort of thing, and they have a thing for that sort of gift.
Yeah, well, you go put your face on, and we'll rush down to the Bon-Ton and get our gifts and that.
Come in.
Oh, hi, old-timer.
Hello, Mr. Old-Timer.
Hello there, kids. What's doing?
We were just going to beat it down to the Bon-Ton and do our Christmas shopping, old-timer. We always do it early, starting this year, to avoid the last-minute rush like last year.
Yes, it's what you might call a new tradition with us.
I love Christmas, kids. The jingle of sleigh bells, the smell of the Christmas tree, the crisp winter air, and everybody full of Christmas spirit. Especially Papa, who was so full of it he always put his beard on backwards, and I was 14 years old before I knew Santa Claus had a nose.
Did you always have a tree when you were a boy, Mr. Oldtimer?
Nope, just at Christmas, daughter. I can see it now on Christmas night, sitting there in the living room with the top branches burnt off, candles and water and wet pine needles all over the floor, and Papa calling Mr. Edison to hurry up and invent electric lights for it.
Well, I'm going back to candles myself this year. I always wind up with more dead bulbs than a tulip bed in January. At least in your day, you didn't have to go buy a tree anyhow.
Nope. Getting a tree was easy, Johnny. All we had to do was get up at 3 a.m., walk through a blizzard 7 miles to a patch of woods and chop one down.
Yeah.
Then we'd drag it home through barbed wire fences, dodging the fellow that owned the woods on account of a 12-foot tree is kind of hard to hide under a mackinaw. Set it up and spend the next 4 days stringing popcorn with needles and getting our fingers stuck so full of holes we could play a flute solo without a flute. Oh, Christmas. So long, kids.
The King's Men sing,
only 15 shopping days till Christmas, still have lots of time. I've decided to skip this year, I won't spend a dime. Only 14 shopping days till Christmas, gee, that's not so long. I'm just sending out cards this year, then I can't go wrong. I'll have to buy one little present for Aunt Sarah that can wait a while. Lots of time to choose, what have I got to lose? Still got 12 more shopping days till Christmas, gee, but it's a bore. Let's see, 12 days, that's not bad, still got plenty more. Take your time, what's the rush about? Stop that hurry and stop that worry and worry is out. All you gotta do is make out a list, decide upon the price to pay. All the dinner and the bother and the lather and the bother will be done before Christmas Day. Trust me, I'll be ready then. Don't tell me that's old Santa Claus coming again. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, yikes! Only 5 more shopping days till Christmas, better go buy a tree. Must get Mama that new fur coat, she'll be mad at me. Only 3 more shopping days till Christmas, lots of things to buy. Sure, that's right, it's weeks ago, how the time has fly. Almost forgot to get that streamlined drink for Junior. Where's my shopping list? Molly and Tony and Michael and Fred, a dolly, a pony, a cycle, a sled. Hear me calling Santa Claus, I need your help because there's only one little shopping day till Christmas. Now it's almost here. That old feeling gets in your hide, comes the stealing up here inside. Now I'm sorry that Christmas time. Come here. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
My gosh, I never seen it so quiet in the Bonton just before Christmas.
Well, we've never been in here this far ahead of Christmas before, McGee. Aren't you glad we decided to do our shopping early this year and let the store wrap all the gifts for us?
Yeah, but I kind of missed that last-minute crowd of hysterical shoppers, though. Mort Toops and I had so much fun with them last year.
Fun with the crowds in here? How?
Oh, we had a game. We'd worm our way into a thick bunch of people and then stick out our elbows and raise our feet and see how far the crowd would carry us. I'm the champion. I got carried from sporting goods on the main floor to girdles on the third and never dropped my feet. Poor Mort was...
Pardon me. May I help you in any way? I'm Miss Travis. I'm a shopper.
Well, for goodness sakes, so are we. It's a small world, isn't it?
Meeting a shopper in the Bonton is like meeting a sailor in the Brooklyn Navy Yard.
What I mean is I'm a shopper for the store.
Oh.
I help people select gifts and things and make suggestions.
Well, I got a suggestion.
McGee.
Well, my gosh. We're perfectly capable of doing our own shopping, aren't we?
Personally, dearie, I think it's very nice of Miss Travis to offer to help us. You know, I never have been able to think of a gift for Mrs. Toops.
Well, try it on the shopper here. Look, sis, if you were fair, fat, and 40 and had 5 kids, what would you expect for Christmas?
The screaming meanies, followed by 3 weeks of scraping candy out of the carpet.
Well, let's put it this way. What would you want?
A month in Bermuda with Gregory Peck.
Oh, come on.
I was thinking of maybe a nice handkerchief, Miss Travis. Have you any suggestions along that line?
Oh, yes, indeed. We have some lovely Swiss imports. Just step over here with me.
Want me to come along and help you, kiddo?
No, thank you, dearie. The only Swiss imports you know anything about is full of holes and you make sandwiches with. You browse around. I'll be right back.
Okay, Snooky, I'll look for something for Wilcox. I wonder what Junior would like.
Pardon me, sir. Have you been waited on?
Huh? Oh, hi, Bud. Yeah, look, I need a small gift for a man who's kind of a dude, a radio announcer, man about town, golfer, polo player, sophisticated type.
Ah, that's the kind of man we really have things for.
Yeah.
How about an issue of poker chips, $85 a set? Or maybe a silk bathrobe, $125? Or possibly a set of matched golf clubs, $137.50.
You got any good pipes for around $1.25?
Try the plumbing department, north basement. Yes, sir. Have you been waited on, sir? We have some beautiful flowers.
$85 for poker chips. Huh. That's like buying a $90 pistol to shoot yourself with. Oh, hi, Molly. You got that quick.
I've learned by experience not to let you out of my sight for long on a shopping trip, sweetheart.
Yeah?
What did you buy that we couldn't afford?
Oh, nothing yet. I'm just snooping around trying to find something for Wilcox.
Hello, Wilcox.
Somebody mentioned my name?
Oh, hi, Junior.
Hello, Mr. Wilcox. Yes, I was just saying I thought I'd seen you come in the store.
Incidentally, Junior, you still play polo?
No, gave it up years ago.
Why?
My horse got the heave.
Oh?
Kept heaving me on my head.
Well, give me that Christmas list, Molly. I want to scratch that horse off it.
Oh, now, look, fellas, gee whiz, you mustn't go there.
Hey, Junior.
Yeah?
What's in the package?
This? Oh, gift for my wife.
Oh?
It's a hand-tooled leather box to keep her love letters in.
Her love letters from you, I presume.
Sure. Here's one I brought along just for size.
No kidding. Hey, let me read it, Junior. I'll bet you were real poetic.
McGee!
Huh?
For goodness sakes, why should you read other people's love letters? Have you no sense of personal privacy?
What's privacy got to do with love? Ever see a park bench with a wall around it?
Yeah.
Where do lovers carve their initials? On the biggest tree they can find.
Yeah, but...
Why do they put diamonds in engagement rings? So they won't be seen?
Yeah, but what that got to do
Come
with...
on. Come on, Junior, let's see the love letter.
You don't really have to, Mr. Wilcox. Himself here is nosier than a swordfish.
Oh, I don't mind. Listen to this. June 3rd, 1935. Dear Spaniel Eyes.
Spaniel Eyes. How'd you two spend your honeymoon? Chasing cats?
Now, you be quiet, McGee.
Dear Spaniel Eyes, I sold 32 orders of Johnson's paste wax today.
That's a love letter?
As I have so often told you as we sat there in the moonlight on the loading platform of the Johnson warehouse, and you held my hand, the very hand that today took 32 orders for Johnson's paste wax.
Now I know why Juliet got her heart broken. She found out Romeo was a fuller brush man.
Now, you hush, dearie. Maybe he hasn't reached the sentimental part.
I hope not.
Go ahead.
Okay. I often dream of the time when I sell enough wax so we can afford to get married. I dream of you and me in our own little cottage. Me in my smoking jacket and slippers.
You're going to catch cold sitting around like that.
Me in my smoking jacket, slacks and slippers.
So now I can open my eyes.
And you, dear, in your pink house dress, adding a rich, warm, mellow luster to our furniture with Johnson's paste wax. The best of all possible ways to protect and beautify wood floors, furniture, and woodwork.
Good.
I'm glad my little wifey uses Johnson's paste wax because it's so long-wearing. And because someday we may have a little... Well, the rest is personal.
Hey, Waxy.
Yes, pal?
I do hope we aren't delaying you, Mr. Wilcox.
Oh, no, not at all. In fact, I'm just in time to meet my cousin, Big Brassy Wilcox, at the doctor's.
Not Big Brassy Wilcox, the golf pro.
Is he your cousin? And what happened to him?
Well, he tried to show his wife how he could drive a golf ball off her forehead.
Yeah?
Broke her nose and the front window, and she got up and said, "You need a stooge like you need a hole in the head," and she picked up a number 3 iron and gave him a hole in the head. See you later, friend.
What are you listening for, McGee?
I was listening for a door slam. I forgot we were here in the Bonton. Well... So quiet in here this year. Well, who's next on the list, kiddo?
Dr. Gamble.
Oh.
We decided we could spend up to $5 for his gift.
Oh.
How about a nice shirt for him?
For Doc, are you kidding? You can't waste a $5 shirt on a guy that always looks like he'd got dressed in an upper berth with one arm in a sling. My gosh, if you... Oh, here comes Wallace Wimple. Hi, Wimp. Hey, Molly, here's Wally.
Well, for goodness sake. Hello there, Mr. Wimple.
Hello, folks.
You doing some Christmas shopping, Wimp? We got smart this year ourselves.
No, I'm just looking for a going-away present for a friend of mine, Mr. McGee.
Oh.
He's flying down to Miami for the winter season.
Flying to Florida. Isn't that wonderful?
I didn't know you had friends like that, Wimp. What is he, a millionaire?
No, he's a sparrow.
Well, if he's an English sparrow, you might pick him up a monocle.
Say, how are you getting along with your bird watching these days, Mr. Wimple? Are there many birds around now?
Oh, I keep busy, Mrs. McGee. I had a pet hummingbird this fall that I enjoyed a lot.
Do tell.
I used to feed him every day with a little glass feeding tube.
Really? Well, what did you feed him, honey?
Sugar and water, dear. Oh. Excuse me, I mean sugar and water, Mrs. McGee.
That's better.
Yes. One day, though, I put a few little teensy drops of apple cider in his water just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was terrible.
Made him sick, did it?
No, he just took a big drink of it and did 2 outside loops and a ring over, whistled at a lady woodpecker on a telegraph pole, and the last I saw of him, he was chasing a constellation towards Chicago. Oh, but I really must be going now. Sweetie Face says the folks across the street are expecting the stork.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes. I haven't seen a stork in years. Goodbye.
Great little guy, Wimple. Too bad such a fine-grained fellow is so henpecked, but maybe that's why. Who'd you say was next on our list, Molly?
Dr. Gamble, but we can't do anything about it now because here he comes.
Yes? Uh-oh. Pretend you don't see him. Hey, clerk, about that 12-gauge shotgun. It's for a friend of mine. That fine shotgun, yeah. Price is no object, see? He's a doctor, and he's used to fine things, see? So the best is none too good for him. So if you say this is really a fine shotgun, hi, Doc. I didn't see you coming.
Hello, McGee. Hello, my dear.
Hello, Doctor.
Sorry if I interrupted anything, my boy. But your doctor friend has a good shotgun, and besides, you can't buy a shotgun for $3, which is all you ever spend upon me, bless your fat little heart. And besides, this is the hosiery department.
Well, I was just kidding anyhow, bedside boy. What are you doing out during office hours? You got an office full of patients with baffling diseases? Not that you could diagnose anything more serious than this large cinder in a small eye.
Now, you know better than that, McGee. Didn't you read where Dr. Gamble has just been elected president of the State Medical Association?
Well, my gosh, that was inevitable.
The best man for it, huh?
No, he counted the ballots.
Look, may I make a suggestion?
Certainly, Doctor.
If it's about my bill, needle plunger, I'll pay it when I get darn good and ready and
Your bill is paid up.
It is?
Yes, thanks to a wife who manages to keep you honest.
Thank you, Doctor.
All right. But I was going to suggest that if you'd planned on buying me some small Christmas gift, don't do it.
Yeah?
I'd rather you send an equivalent donation to the Damon Runyon Cancer Fund. Friday's Damon Runyon Day, you know.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea, Doctor. Where do we send it?
Well, send it care of Walter Winchell, New York City. It'll get there all right. How about it, Lumberbrain?
That's a swell idea, Doc. I'll even send it in your name.
Well, in that case, let Molly sign it so they can read it.
Now, if you don't mind, Fatso, we'll proceed with our Christmas shopping.
We're shopping early this year and letting the store do all our wrapping, Doctor. Good idea, don't you think?
Whose idea was that?
Mine.
Well, I guess it was McGee's at that.
No, I think it was Molly's.
No,
Doc.
dearie, I'm sure
Don't you remember, kiddo, I was standing there in the living room and you were in the doorway?
No, I was in the living room and you were in the doorway.
Well, anyway, you said, let's do our Christmas shopping early. So you see, Doc... Oh, he's gone.
Doesn't care for debates, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, let's see your list, dearie. Oh, yes, Billy Mills. Now, let me see. Do you suppose he'd like a harmonica?
Could be. Billy Mills, the orchestra, and for you.
front door, dearie. You want me to help you with the bundle?
No, I got them okay. Boy, I haven't carried in such a load since I brought Uncle Dennis home last New Year's Eve.
You've got all our packages there now. Watch the front steps.
I'm okay. My gosh, I think I'm so bumble-footed I can't carry a few packages up the steps without...
I'll help you pick them up.
Doggone it, when did that step get loose like that?
In 1932.
Huh?
You stopped it loose when I told you the grocer had raised the price of butter to 23 cents.
Yeah. Well, my gosh, why don't I fix it then? How can a guy...
The packages on the hall table. There. Just look at them, dearie. Aren't they wrapped pretty?
Well, those guys take a 6-bit necktie and wrap it so it looks like $5. Which is just about what a 6-bit necktie costs these days.
Well, it's wonderful to have our presents all bought and wrapped this far ahead of Christmas, and wrapped so beautifully, too.
Yeah, I'll say. Why didn't we do this last year? Somebody must have followed us home. Come in.
Oh, it's Mary Latrivia. Do come in, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, hi, Latriv. Hello, Mrs. McGee. McGee? Oh, are you going out?
No, just come in, Latriv. Hey, you got your Christmas shopping done yet, like we just done?
No, I haven't. I've been looking at things for Miss Tremaine, but so far I haven't found...
How are you and Miss Tremaine getting along anyhow, Mr. Mayor? Did you patch up that little quarrel last week?
Oh, yes, I fixed it up.
Yeah.
I waited a couple of days for her to phone me, but she didn't, so I finally just took the bull by the horns and went over to see her.
I suppose you wore your cowboy suit, of course.
My cowboy suit?
Yeah, when you grabbed that bull by the horns. Boy, you must have made quite an entrance at Fifi's house.
I should say.
Yeah, I bet when she opened the door and saw you wrestling a bull on the porch. I bet she right to the bust of the hamstring when she saw it.
No, I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
Did you used to be a cowboy before you were a mayor, Mr. Mayor?
Well, he must have been. Any guy that can sneak up on a bull, grab it by the horns, and take it to see his girl. Yeah, he must be a regular South American Groucho. My gosh,
I did not sneak up on anything. Look, I merely said...
Maybe he didn't have to sneak up on it, McGee. Probably it was a pet. Lots of people have pet bulls,
Even so, they're tricky. I mind one time I grabbed a bull by the tail at Uncle Sycamore's ranch and hung on for 10 minutes. It was a dead bull, of course, or I couldn't have never done it. Hey, was that a dead bull you took to Fifi's house for trivia?
Of course not.
Well...
Why would I call on Miss Tremaine with a dead bull? That's ridiculous.
Just a thought.
See, how long have you had this pet bull, Mr. Mayor? Did you raise him yourself from a heifer?
I don't have a pet bull. I said nothing about taking a bull to Miss Tremaine's house. I did not take a bull anyplace. Is that clear?
It is to me, boy. When you grab a bull by the horns, you don't take him anyplace. He takes you. Yes, sir. You're just lucky he went past Fifi's house because...
Fifi's bull! Fifi's bull! I mean, he took me! I took the horn! Bull!
Now, Mr. Mayor, let's not lose our tempers, please. Santa Claus is listening these days, you know.
You don't have to holler at us just because you're a little mixed up.
All right. Now, look.
Yeah?
When I said I took the bull by the horns, I was merely using an old, familiar approach to the subject.
And I'll bet the approach is important, too.
You betcha. If you approach the subject from the left, that gives you a right-hand grab for his horns. And once you got the bull by the horns...
Horns! I said I took the bull by the horns! The horns! I didn't we? You were the one who said I think the bull to take safety! Bye-bye! Ho-ho! You always tried to do something! I never said it! You were the one that tried to do it! McGee?
Yes?
You know so much about bulls, I wonder if you know anything about bullfighting.
Ask me anything, boy.
All right. What do they call the matador's assistant?
You mean the guy that throws the darts at the bull? He's the picador.
The what?
Picador, Mr. Mayor.
Very well. I'll pick this one here. Good day!
Great kidder, Latrell. Always trying to mix me up.
Look, let's put away these Christmas presents, sweetheart.
Okay, boy, it's great to have this job done.
Yes, let's tag them now and put them in the closet till Christmas Day. I'll start writing out tags.
Well?
Hand me Harlow Wilcox's gift first. I've got a card right here.
Okay, let me see. Harlow Wilcox. This must be Junior's necktie right here. No, I think that's Doc's socks. Oh, Doc's socks are pretty loud, and this is kind of a quiet package. Maybe this is the billfold. We bought more tubes. Let's see. Harlow Wilcox.
You didn't ask the store to mark what was in each package?
Should I have?
Yes.
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, hand me the paper knife and stand back. Boy, I love to open Christmas packages.
You know, your living room rug and your living room floor are, you might say, partners in beauty, because no matter how expensive a rug is, it can only really look its best when the wood floor bordering it has a clear, polished luster, the kind of luster your floors have when you use Johnson's Paste Wax. Johnson's Paste Wax, you know, also makes it easy to keep your floors glossy. That tough coat of wax protects your floors. That's one reason. And another is it's so simple to clean a waxed surface. Save yourself work and save your floors with Johnson's Paste Wax. And after you've applied it, notice how the glistening finish of those polished floors sets off the beauty of any rug in your house. Johnson's Paste Wax. Now, if you'd like to give your best friend a practical gift this Christmas, present her with the new Johnson Beauty Floor Electric Floor Polisher. She'll remember you as the person who made it possible for her to have a brilliantly polished floor in a few seconds. See your Johnson dealer about the new Beauty Floor Electric Polisher.
There. All wrapped up again, and what a job.
Yeah, my fault, too, kiddo. I should have had the clerk mark what was in them in the first place.
Well, they're properly wrapped and tagged this time, anyhow.
Well, I suppose you looked them all over to make sure they took the price tags off of them.
Should I up?
Yeah.
Well, here we go again.
Good night.
Good night, all.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Harold Perry as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet margarine. Millions of women all over America serve Parquet because it tastes so good. Why, Parquet tastes like it should cost twice as much.
To market, to get some Parquet. Home again, try it today. You like it, you love it, like millions who say their favorite margarine is
Parkay, Parquet margarine, made by Kraft. Well, it's early evening in Summerfield, and we find the Great Gildersleeve tiptoeing up his porch steps with a twinkle in his eye and Christmas packages in his pockets.
Hope I can sneak in the house and hide these presents without the little family catching me. Yeah, so far, so good. Shh. Nobody in the living room. Just Bertie out in the kitchen, I guess. I think I can sneak by to the stairs without her seeing me.
That you, Miss Gildersleeve?
Oh. Yes, Bertie.
What's that you say?
Bertie, please.
What's the matter, Miss Gildersleeve? You got laryngitis?
No, Bertie. Just some Christmas presents. I want to hide them.
Oh, sounded like you had laryngitis. Did you say Christmas presents?
Yes, Bertie.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Bertie!
What's going on down there?
Oh, my goodness. No, nothing, Marjorie.
Hey, you home, Mom?
Apparently I am, Leroy.
Hi, Unc. Hey, what's in your overcoat pockets? Christmas presents?
Oh, dear. Guess I'd better put this off till after dinner. Why does everybody want to catch Santa Claus? Yeah, little baby, you seem to enjoy romping down here on the floor. Yeah. But, baby, we better get up. It's almost your bedtime. Yeah. But, baby, I have to hide those presents from the kids.
He doesn't want to go to bed, Unc.
That may be, but I've been down here long enough.
Oh, but you look so comfy flat on your back. Put her up on your knees again.
Yeah, I like to watch you slide down and bounce on your stomach.
All right, it's one way to settle my dinner.
Next time I get to slide down.
Leroy, I don't want to settle it that bad. You're too big. Well, here we go, baby. Up. Are you ready? Yeah. The slide for life. 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, and 4 to go. That'll have to do for now. You're getting a little big for this game yourself, you know, baby. Hop down on the floor now. Here, wait a minute. Give me my tie clasp before you go crawling off.
Look how fast you can crawl, Unky.
Yeah. I guess we have Bertie take over now, huh? Bertie! Bertie!
You counting your skills, please?
Yes, Bertie. Better take the baby up to her crib. She's too active for me.
Yes, sir, she's all over the house these days.
She certainly is.
Come to Bertie now.
Well, I have things to do.
Going over to Miss Fairchild's, Unky?
No, I don't think I'll go over to Aunt Lime's tonight. Judge is coming over to play checkers a little later. Well, have to go upstairs now.
What for? Are you going to take a nap?
No, I thought I'd check the house.
Check the house.
Check the house. What for?
Well, I have to see if all the windows are closed. See if the house is secure for the night. I do that every once in a while.
You're cute.
What?
Unky, you're so transparent at Christmas time, but so nice. Go ahead and check the house.
Now, Marjorie, don't try to make anything out of this. It's just routine.
Yeah, it's a routine he goes through every year about this time.
No, Leroy.
Why go to all the trouble of hiding the presents, Uncle Mort? We'll find them anyway.
We always do.
You won't find them this time unless you've got radar. The presents under Marjorie's dressing table, behind those ruffles. Darn wrappings coming off this one already. Oh, well, I'll have to rewrap them before Christmas anyway. Well, there's an idea. I'll ask Adeline to come over tomorrow night after the children are in bed, and we'll sit close to the fire and wrap Christmas presents. Nothing like a woman's touch when it comes to wrapping presents. What's that noise? Sounds like somebody outside the door.
Oh, hi, Unc.
Leroy, what are you doing peeking through the keyhole?
I wasn't peeking, just tying my shoelace.
Well, he's wise to that spot. I'll cross him up and hide him in his room. You're sly, Gildersleeve. Find them under all this junk in Leroy's closet. And nobody saw me except Leroy's turtle. Now remember, Elmer, keep this under your shell. Yeah, I guess he will. He winked at me. I can just sneak out of here now. Oh, Marjorie, what are you doing standing out here in the hall?
Me? Well, I just came upstairs to get a book.
A book? Yes. Now I'll have to hide them all over again. My George, you'll never find them here in the baby's room. What's that? Somebody outside the door again. Now, who could that be?
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Bertie!
What's my idea, Miss Gilsey? They put me up to it.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Throckmorton, I think this is a wonderful idea of yours, inviting me over to help you wrap Christmas presents.
Well, Adeline, we only have 2 to wrap, but we can make the job last all night.
Oh, you. I missed you last night. I rather expected you to come over to my house.
Well, I would have dropped in, but Judge Hooker came over to play checkers, and I thought he'd never go home. I waited 20 minutes for the old goat to figure out a move, then I discovered he'd fallen asleep.
When you're around, Throckmorton, I never fall asleep.
Sit down next to the fire, Adeline. I'll go upstairs and get the presents.
Oh, wait a minute, lover boy. Haven't you forgotten something? Well, we're engaged, and I've been here 5 minutes, and you haven't even kissed me hello.
Well, guess I had Christmas on my mind.
Then just pretend I'm Santa Claus. You close your eyes. I have a little present for you.
All right. My eyes are closed. I wonder what it'll be. To heck with going up after the presents. I want to stay down here with Santa Claus.
Oh, you go on now, you hear? I want to see what you got for the children.
All right. Of course, I haven't bought everything yet, Adeline, but I got a little silver cowboy belt buckle for little slop-along Cassidy. That's Leroy.
Wonderful.
And I got a beautiful charm bracelet for Marjorie.
Oh, I just love charm bracelets. Go get it, Throckmorton.
I'll be right back. Oh, Adeline.
Yes, Throckmorton?
While you're resting, toss another log on the fire. Throw another log on the fire. There, now then, I stuffed the bracelet right here in the toe of this old pair of tennis shoes. Great place to hide things. Nobody goes near an old pair of tennis shoes. Wait a minute. It's gone. And the belt buckle is gone, too. How did the kids find that stuff in here? I'll bet Leroy does have radar. Oh, well, I'll find him in the morning. Let them have their fun. It's the holiday season. What the heck?
Oh, where are the presents, Throckmorton?
Somebody thinks they're playing a little joke on their old uncle, Adeline. I hid them from the kids, now they've hidden them from me.
That's too bad.
Yeah, happens every year. Well, I guess we won't get the wrap packages tonight, Adeline.
Well, then, what will we do?
Well, it's only 9:30. Let's throw another log on the fire. Searched this whole house. Where did the kids hide those presents last night? Wonder who that is so early in the morning. I'll get it, Bertie. I'm right here. Judge.
Morning, Gildy. How about a game of checkers?
Checkers? At this hour?
Only kidding, Gildy. I just dropped by from a briefcase. I left it here on the hall table the other night.
Oh, yeah. Here it is. You care for a cup of coffee, Horace?
No, thank you. I have to get to court. So I'll be brief, since I just came from a briefcase.
Judge, so early in the morning?
See you later, Gildy. Sorry to bother you, but my rebuttal is in the briefcase.
Yeah, well, an old goat shouldn't be without his rebuttal. Goodbye, Judge. Yeah, certainly is spry early in the morning. No wonder he falls asleep so early at night.
Hi, Unc. Good morning, Unky.
Good morning. Well, children, congratulations.
What are you talking about, Uncle Mort?
You know very well what I'm talking about. Let's have the presents.
Presents?
Now, children, don't you think you carried this little joke far enough?
Morning, Mr. Gildersleeve. Here's your coffee.
Good morning, Bertie. Thank you. Bertie, you seemed to be in cahoots with the children the other night. Perhaps you can tell me where the presents are.
Me? I don't know where you hid them.
Well, they aren't there, and somebody in this house knows where they went.
Cross my heart, I don't.
Leroy?
Cross my heart and hope to die honest Indian, so help me, I'll sign it in blood. I don't know where they are.
Leroy, this is no longer funny. Whoever took the presents has worked at great inconvenience. Not only upon me, but upon Miss Fairchild. She came over here last evening to help wrap the presents. We couldn't find them. Consequently, our whole evening was wasted. Leroy. If you kids didn't take them, who did?
Maybe this wasn't an inside job, Mr. Gildersleeve.
What's this, Bertie?
I got a feeling we've been burglarized.
Now, Bertie, let's not let our imaginations run away with us.
No, sir, but I know what I'd do. I'd call the police.
Let's not get excited, Bertie.
Wouldn't hurt to call the police. A lot of burglarizing been going on around Christmas. Just last week, they ransacked the house where Lily B works from top to bottom with a gun in fact. So you know what I'd do, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yes, Bertie.
That's right. I'd call the police. We've been burglarized.
Burglarized? That's ridiculous. Now, get this, everybody. I'll give whoever hid the presents exactly 5 minutes to put them back.
But none of us took
Get
them.
going now. 5 minutes by my watch.
What's the matter, Unky?
My watch is gone.
It is? You know what I'd do, Mr. Gildersleeve?
You're right, Bertie. Call the police. We've been burglarized.
Most women are pretty careful about the things they buy for the family table. But when they do find something extra good, well, there's no changing them. And that's why so many women keep on using Parquet margarine once they've tried it. Well, it's natural that anybody'd like Parquet. It tastes so good. Tastes as though it should cost twice as much. Parquet, you see, is prepared as carefully as a luxury food. Only the selected products of American farms are used in making it. That's why Parquet has such a delicate, light flavor and makes such a delicious topping for rolls, waffles, and pancakes as well as bread. And Parquet is as nourishing as it is delicious. Every pound is packed with food value, plus 15,000 units of essential vitamin A. But the real reason most people prefer Parquet is it's just grand food to eat. It tastes as though it should cost twice as much. Tomorrow, try Parquet. Enjoy its delicate flavor. See if you don't agree that it tastes as though it should cost twice as much. That's Parkay, Parquet margarine made by Kraft. Now let's return to the problems of the Great Gildersleeve. What would you do if you hid 2 Christmas presents and they mysteriously disappeared? And then your watch vanished? That's right, call the police. Or, if you were the Great Gildersleeve, you'd go direct to the chief himself.
Those are the facts, Chief. What do you propose to do about it?
Are you sure you didn't forget where you put them?
I did not forget. Somebody stole them.
Well, it's just hard for me to believe that any criminal would steal children's Christmas presents. He'd have to be a very ill-mannered person.
I don't expect him to be a secretary of the YMCA.
Oh, it couldn't be old Mr. Mooney.
Chief, I'm not accusing Mooney. I'm not accusing anybody. All I know is that Summerfield is full of burglars.
Now, Commissioner, is that a nice thing to say?
And I demand that you send somebody out to investigate.
But, Commissioner, I can't spare a man during the holiday.
Why not?
We're operating on a staggered schedule the way it is.
And ask the mayor for more cops.
Oh, we have enough policemen, but like everybody else, the boys have to do their Christmas shopping sometime. But I'll tell the boys to be on the lookout.
Yeah, I know, on the lookout for a bargain. I'll handle this myself. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can your friendly neighborhood druggist do for you today?
Peavy, I've been burglarized.
How's that?
My house has been ransacked from top to bottom.
I declare. Anything taken?
Anything taken? Marjorie's charm bracelet, Leroy's silver belt buckle, and sometime last night or this morning, my watch was taken.
Your watch?
Yes. You remember it, Peavy. The one you jolly boys gave me on my birthday.
Oh, yes.
I'm sick about losing that watch. It would have lasted me a lifetime.
No, I wouldn't say that.
What?
I imagine you put the police on the trail, Mr. Gildersleeve.
The police? Chief Gates and his Keystone cops couldn't trail a circus through a swamp. Looks like I'll have to be my own detective.
You don't say. Have you seen any suspicious characters in your neighborhood?
No, but somebody's been around with sticky fingers.
Well, perhaps there's a kleptomaniac among your acquaintances.
Kleptomaniac? Hadn't thought of that.
They drift into the pharmacy here every once in a while.
They do? Well, how do you spot them, Petey?
Well, most of them carry something to put the loot in, you know. An empty shoebox is a popular item.
Oh?
So if I suspect them of shoplifting, I always ask to see their new pair of shoes.
Pretty sly, Peavy.
Of course, a merchant has to be very careful whom he accuses. Now, Judge Hooker was in today, and he picked up a box of aspirin and walked out without paying for it. But you'd hardly call the judge a kleptomaniac.
Of course not.
Then, on the other hand, you can't tell who they are. Your best friend might turn out to be one.
Is that so, Peavy? Hooker is my best friend.
Yes, sir. A friend of mine used to come into the store every evening to help me lock up. And I began to suspect the pharmacy had a pack rat. Till one evening I put on my friend's overcoat by mistake. There was more merchandise in his pockets than there was in the store. Fine friends.
Hooker was over the morning I missed my watch, and his briefcase was pretty heavy. But what would he do with a charm bracelet?
What did you say, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Just thinking out loud, Peavy. Be silly to suspect somebody of taking things they don't even need, wouldn't it?
Oh, no, Mr. Gildersleeve. That's a klepto characteristic.
It is. Poor Judge.
Once they get the disease, they just can't help themselves.
Guess not. Well, so long, Peavy. And here's a dime.
What's that for?
For Judge Hooker's aspirin. My dear old friend, Judge Hooker. Well, I won't prosecute. All I want to do is recover the goods. I'll try to be tactful with him for once. Perhaps I can get the old fellow back on the straight and narrow. Hello, Judge. All right to come in?
Hello, Gildy. Have a chair. I'll be with you as soon as I sign these letters.
No hurry, Judge. Look at that sweet old man in there at his desk. The picture of dignity and respectability. Who would ever think that life is an enigma?
I'm nearly through, Gildy.
You sure are, brother. Take your time, Horace. Poor old fellow's been working too hard. He probably doesn't even know what his trouble is.
Now then, Gildy, what can I do for you?
Judge, sit down.
Sit down?
Judge, I think at some time or other everyone needs a little sound advice.
Oh, I agree.
Fine. So, Horace, I'd like to have a heart-to-heart talk with you.
Oh? What about?
Well, Horace, promise that whatever I say, you won't hold it against me, because it's something only a best friend would tell you.
What are you getting at, Gildy?
Judge, old friend, perhaps nobody has ever talked to you about kleptomania.
Kleptomania? Oh, yes. I've always considered it a most fascinating subject.
Uh-huh. So I got it.
As a magistrate, I made quite an exhaustive study of kleptomania. In fact, I often wish I had a little of that in me.
A little of it?
Yes, instead of picking up things, I'm always leaving them someplace.
Say, that's right.
Yeah, my rubbers, my umbrella, my briefcase.
Oh, yeah.
Say, that reminds me, I forgot to pay Peavy for a box of aspirin today.
Yeah.
But here I am rattling on about myself, and you came to me with a problem. Huh? Now tell me, old friend, how long have you been troubled with this insatiable urge to pick up things?
Let me out of here. Well, maybe the chief was right. Maybe I did mislay the presents. I'm not infallible. Well, sure, they'll show up.
Uncle Mort, oh, I'm so glad you're home.
Marjorie, what's all the excitement?
Guess what happened?
Don't tell me. I know you found the presents.
No, my earrings are gone.
Your earrings?
Uh-huh, and I had them just this morning.
No, I was right all the time. There is a burglar around.
What are we going to do?
Let me get at that telephone. Chief Gates and his force are going to get on a job if they never get their Christmas shopping done.
Burglar?
No, Leroy. Just leave that to me and Chief Gates. He should be along any minute now.
What makes you think the burglar will come back again, Unky?
He struck 3 times, so he'll strike again. There's nothing to be afraid of, you understand?
That's all right for you to say. You got a shotgun.
Mm-hmm. Just to scare him with, Bertie. I'm out of shells.
Well, I'm taking the frying pan to bed with me. Now, if you hear a loud bong, he's trying to come in the window.
Now, Bertie, there's nothing to be afraid of. Yeah, it must be the chief now. Don't anybody get excited now.
Well, good evening, Commissioner.
Chief, it's about time you got here. Come on in.
Hello, folks. Now, don't anybody get excited. The police have taken over. I've got a dragnet around the house.
No, you're on the ball. What do you want us to do, Chief?
Well, you might put that shotgun away, Commissioner.
But, Chief...
And the rest of the family should act perfectly normal. Go up to your rooms, turn out the lights, and go to sleep.
You hear that, children?
All right, Unky. Let me know if you need any help.
Leroy, you get under the covers.
Well, what about the baby up there? Want me to take her in my room?
No. Don't disturb the little tyke. And don't worry. I'm inside and my men are outside.
Sure glad about that, but I'm still taking my frying pan to bed.
Bertie's a little nervous.
Now, Commissioner, if we expect to catch the burglar, we'll have to set a little trap.
Trap? Anything you say, Chief.
Well, first we'll turn out all the lights.
Turn out the lights? Oh, yes.
Then we'll sit here in the living room, back to back.
Back to back?
So we can see both entrances. Pretty quiet night, isn't it, Commissioner?
Yeah. What time is it, Chief?
Well, if I can see the dial. 12:05.
Nothing exciting has happened since Bertie's frying pan fell out of bed.
No. Everything must be all right outside, or we'd have heard from the dragnet.
How many men do you have out there, Chief?
2. Officer Haney and my father-in-law.
Your father-in-law?
Swore him in to give him a little Christmas money.
Oh, my goodness. Chief, the way you run that department... Did you hear that noise?
No. Can't say that I did.
Must be imagining things. You know, Chief, you keep listening for noises long enough, and pretty soon you think you hear them. I did hear it that time.
So did I.
Sounded like it came from upstairs.
Well, we'd better take a look.
You go first, Chief, if you want to. Hey, coming from the baby's room. One side, Chief. Let me out.
After me, Commissioner.
Hurry up, Chief. I've got the light. Hands up.
Well, what do you know? It's the baby rattling her crib.
Baby, were you making all that noise? Now, baby, don't cry.
We didn't mean to frighten you, little toy.
Well, wait a minute. I know how to stop that, Chief. She loves to get down on the floor with me. Now, baby. Show the Chief how you can crawl.
Come to Chiefy, baby.
Hey, baby, come back with my tie clasp. She's always grabbing things.
Oh, look. Oh, she's throwing it in the waste paper basket.
Yeah, get it for me, will you, Chief?
All right, Well, is this where you keep the family jewels, Commissioner?
Jewels? What do you mean?
Oh, one pair of earrings.
Huh?
Belt buckle, charm bracelet.
What?
Commissioner, I think we've rounded up the burglar.
Baby, are you the burglar? You little rascal. Chief, is my watch in there?
Is this it? No crystal and one hand missing?
Baby! Yeah. Oh, well, maybe Santa Claus will bring me a new one for Christmas.
Now for the biggest news to come out of Parquet's baby naming contest. The final news you've all been waiting for. The winning name for the Great Gildersleeve's little baby girl was suggested by Mrs. J.C. Walker of Birmingham, Alabama. Our special congratulations to you, Mrs. Walker. You not only get a 1949 Ford sedan, you also get the grand prize of $1,000 in cash.
Yes, indeed. Congratulations, Mrs. Walker. Friends, We certainly want to thank everyone who sent in names for the baby. Yes. You bet, baby. We're sorry that all of you couldn't win prizes. 720 of you did. But I know we're all happy for the winners. Yeah, what's that? Oh, yes, of course. The folks want to hear your name. Well, get ready. It's Romery. Yeah, that's right. Romery. Romerry. Seems to fit, too, doesn't it? You've certainly been roaming around tonight. Thanks again from all of us and from the Kraft Foods Company, the makers of Parquet margarine. We hope all of you will keep using and enjoying Parquet on your table. Good night.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Harold Perry. Adeline Fairchild by Miss Una Merkel. The show was written by John Elliott and Andy White with music by Jack Meakin. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Earl Ross, and Richard LeGrand. This is John Wald saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve. Good night.
Here's news that will send cheese lovers hurrying down to their dealers. Now, at long last, Kraft has plenty of aged, natural American cheese, the kind that comes in big golden wheels. Since 1941, the demand for cheese has almost exceeded the supply, and as a result, it was difficult to set aside much for aging. Just this past year, Kraft could send plenty of fine cheddars to the curing rooms, guard it for months and months. And now, aged American is back. So ask your dealer for a wedge of this mellow, grand-eating, natural cheese, the kind that is aged so carefully for you by the master cheesemakers of Kraft. This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
The Cavalcade of America, starring Douglas Fairbanks Jr. and Cornelia Otis Skinner. Presented by the DuPont Company, makers of better things for better living through chemistry.
Good evening. Tonight, Cornelia Otis Skinner and Douglas Fairbanks relive some of the American theater's warmest, happiest moments as Cavalcade brings you a radio dramatization of Miss Skinner's bestseller, Family Circle. Now, Family Circle, starring Douglas Fairbanks as Otis Skinner and Cornelia Otis Skinner as your narrator on the DuPont Cavalcade of America.
What do you think of when you hear the word star, famous actor, matinee idol? Does it seem that a man with all these things is too fabulous to be real? Well, Otis Skinner was a star in the theater, a famous actor, a matinee idol, a fabulous person. And because he was also a wonderful teller of stories to a little girl who grew up bearing his name, I have a story to tell you now. It began on a day in the early 1890s when Otis Skinner was leading man to the great Helena Modjeska.
So the agent said to me, you've got to be a success with a name like yours. Never heard of a funnier one than Skinner. Or Otis, for that matter. Unless maybe Augustus or something like that.
Oh, Mr. Skinner. And what did you say to him?
I merely turned to him and said, sir, have a really good laugh.
Augustus is my middle name. Madam Majeska, who's that frightened-looking child that just came in?
Who?
Over there.
I have engaged her to play the ingenue role.
Ah.
She's Miss Durden. Isn't she lovely?
Ah, she has a certain corn-fed charm.
Maud Durden from Moberly, Missouri, wearing a brand new homemade peekaboo shirtwaist and a neat blue serge skirt, walked shyly into the great bare stage of a real theater for the first time. When she saw the group gathered for rehearsal, chatting and laughing so much at home in this awesome place, she stifled a little gasp and whispered,
Actors? Miss Durbin, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Madam Majestic.
I'm delighted to see you. Now come along. Before we start the rehearsal, I want you to meet all of my company. This is Miss Durbin, everyone. And here is Mr. Otis Skinner, my leading man, who thinks you are very charming.
Oh, dear. How do you do, sir?
How do you do?
Now, everyone is here. Shall we begin the rehearsal?
Please, may I ask just one question first? Will I have to appear in tights?
Yes, I'm afraid you will, my dear. It is customary in your role.
But what am I going to do if Papa comes to see me?
It's quite simple, Miss Durbin. For that night, just buy yourself a pair of hip boots.
And that was the historic meeting of my future father and mother. Otis Skinner, who had appeared with the great ones, Joseph Jefferson, Edwin Booth, John Drew, and Maud Durbin, who'd never appeared on any professional stage before. For 2 whole seasons, while Majeska's company was on the road, they were constantly together on the stage. Yet they might easily have been living in different hemispheres.
Good afternoon, Miss Durbin.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Skinner.
Looks like a good house this evening, Miss Durbin.
Yes, it certainly does, Mrs. Skinner.
Miss Durbin, may I have a word with you?
Why, of course, sir.
You needn't call me sir. It's not so very much older than you know.
Really? Why, I could have sworn you were in your 30s.
Well, yes, early 30s. Now, about last night. You realize, young lady, that you ruined my entrance in the witches' scene in the theater? That is unforgivable.
I'm awfully sorry. You see, I had the giggles.
That is even more unforgivable. The theater is a serious business, Miss Durbin.
Oh, please, Mrs. Skinner. It's just that last night...
Yes?
Well, you know the stage manager plays the second witch in Macbeth, and he forgot to take his nose glasses off. So I tried to stand in front of him.
So you stood right in my way.
But if the audience had noticed a witch wearing nose glasses, everyone would have laughed and spoiled your best scene.
Yeah. Yes, I see, yes. Miss Durbin, you showed great presence of mind in an emergency. In the theater, that is very important. Yes, I even think you show promise of being a fair actress one day.
Soon afterwards, Madame Majeska announced that she would not tour during the next season. Maud, who'd been her protégée, was especially unhappy at the news, for she felt she'd have little chance of finding a place in another troupe. As for Otis Skinner, he'd long dreamed of organizing a stock company himself. He was jubilant at the idea of striking out on his own. He, personally, was going to bring drama to America's great open spaces. On the night of Majeska's closing performance...
You wish to see me, Madame Majeska?
Come in, Mr. Skinner. I wish to tell you how much I have enjoyed working with you.
Thank you. I'm deeply grateful for all that you've...
I also wish to make the prayer that your new venture as an actor-manager will be successful.
I'm beginning to wonder. We're planning to tour the West, you know, and look at this wire I just received from an actor friend of mine.
What does it say?
In spite of Horace Greeley, stop. Western prairies strewn with whitening bones of actors trying to get back home. Stop.
Oh, you are a very fine and handsome actor, Mr. Skinner. I shall not worry too much about you making your way. But I do make the suggestion, if I may.
Oh, why, certainly. What is it?
Take the young Miss Durbin with you.
Miss Durbin? Oh, no.
Why not? I think enough of her talent to engage her. Why not you?
Well, you see,
She is pretty and quiet and causes you no trouble. Except to giggle at the wrong time now and then, perhaps.
Well, no, I'm sorry, madame. It would be quite impossible.
I understand now. You are in love with her.
Well, certainly not.
I think you are. And you run away from the reality. You are afraid of the true emotion. Oh, my fine young man. You must not fear that because you are an actor, you dare not marry and have the family life of people in our other professions. This is very important if you wish to grow as a person and as an artist, believe me.
I'm sure you're right, madame, but you see, I have these...
Speak to her of your love. She will accept you, I'm certain.
I tell you, I am not in love with her or anyone else.
Oh, man. And they say women do not know their own minds. Oh, go away. I want to hear no more from you. You are impossible. Well, why do you not go?
I haven't found the right leading lady yet, you know, and
you will receive no more advice from Modjeska, Mr. Skinner.
Well, you really believe Miss Durbin to be talented?
Yes, but I would not think of forcing her upon you.
Oh, you're not forcing her on me, I assure you. It's just that, well, you...
I go out of my mind, Mr. Skinner. Will you go and ask Miss Durbin to sign her name to the contract and never mention the subject to me again?
So it was that Otis Skinner and his spanking new repertory company set out for the Great West with stout hearts and slim pocketbooks. As town followed town, the days grew lean. It seemed lovers of the drama were scarce. But the young actor-manager took it all in his stride, a stride magnificently buoyant. For he thought of Modjeska's words, and he looked at Maud Durbin, and he knew he was in love.
You enjoy walking, Miss Durbin?
Oh, yes, Mr. Skinner.
Only way to see New Orleans properly. Walk it.
I agree. Oh, what is this park we're coming to? Oh, it's a cemetery.
Cemetery. Very old and very famous.
Oh, and very beautiful. Mr. Skinner, do you think the people here would mind if we stopped a while?
The people of New Orleans are noted for their hospitality.
Look the way the moss drapes over the stones. And here's an inscription. Mr. Skinner, do you read French?
Like a native. Now let me see. Let's see here. It says, toujours dans les cœurs, always in the hearts of let's see.
Would it be always in the hearts of these two, one dream, always in their separate dreams, one love?
Perfect. You have excellent eyes, Miss Durbin.
I have. Do you really think so, Mr. Skinner?
Oh, yes, I really do. They're deep and thoughtful.
Always in the hearts of these two, one dream.
And I think you're beautiful and good.
Always
and
in their separate dreams, one
and
love.
And I love them.
Is it one love, Otis?
Now and always, Maud. One dream, one love.
Otis managed to keep his road company together until April. And almost the moment the curtain rang down on their closing show in Corning, New York, he and Maud Durbin were married. They were radiantly happy. And it seemed to her that the future of the American theater was in their hands. And Otis, who never argued with her, quite naturally agreed. In the fall, they set out on the road again with a new company, playing Beyond the Vagabonds and Hamlet and...
Otis, dear love, I brought the papers. The write-ups are simply stunning.
Oh, let's have a look. Well, let's see here now. It's carefully produced, yes. Effective costumes. Well, that's nice. Hamlet, universal appeal. Yes. Oh, here. Otis Skinner's Hamlet is a creation at once poetic, sensitive, and vital.
Oh, yes, look at this one.
That's
in the difficult role of Ophelia, Maud Durbin is excellent.
Yes, here's another. His delineation of the melancholy Dane
in the difficult role of Ophelia, Maud Durbin
melancholy Dane was magnificent, yes, even triumphant.
Hamlet, pipe down. It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Darling, we forget how thin these hotel walls are.
Any more reviews?
Here's one. It says, the small but enthusiastic audience applauded vigorously.
Small is right. When I looked out into the house tonight, all I could see was a yawning chasm of red plush. I felt positively lonesome, Maud. Oh, it's humiliating. It's discouraging.
Didn't you hear me? Pipe down!
I don't like the tone of that man's voice. Don't like it at all.
Darling, what are you going to do?
I'm going in there and give him a...
Give him a ticket for tomorrow night's performance. It'll be awfully comforting to know there'll be someone there.
Season after season, they plugged along, barely paying the troops' expenses, traveling by day coach, riverboat, and barge. It wasn't the life Maud had dreamt of when she married her matinee idol. It was uncomfortable, unglamorous, and the public stayed away from their performances in multitudes. One day, in a Kansas City streetcar, a small boy was reading the passing signs.
Pa, say, Pa.
What, son?
Pa, what's an auto skinner?
I don't know. Must be some kind of plow or something they use on a farm. Well, that is the last straw.
Don't pay any attention, Otis.
No, I don't mind for myself, but I worry, Maud. What kind of a life is this for you?
We're playing in good plays. We're giving in fine productions. Suppose there are some people who haven't heard of you. You're building something for this country, Otis. Something good and solid.
And when it's built, we'll have a real home.
Oh, yes. And maybe a baby. Oh, darling. Do you think it will ever really happen?
Someday, Maud, I'm convinced of it. Someday.
But the someday kept melting further and further into the distant future. But when they arrived in Selma, Alabama, they had to remain in their wretched little hotel room because there wasn't any money left for food.
Otis, what are you doing?
I'm trying to study a part, Maud.
No, you aren't. You were miles away just now. You were staring out the window.
Yes, at the cafe sign across the street. Look at it. Eat. How can a man concentrate on his art when his belly is crying out for food?
I don't know. I try not to think of it. When I do, I imagine things.
So do I. Fried chicken. We've got a $20 gold piece. We'd better use it.
But that's our good luck piece.
Good luck. It's disgraceful that we should have to depend on it like superstitious gypsies. Oh, Maud, I should have gone into some other kind of work. I should have made a fine piano tuner, a steam fitter. I should have become a chef. Chef. At least then you would never have gone hungry.
You're a fine actor.
Well, what's happening to the American theater? Doesn't anyone want to be entertained anymore?
You're a wonderful manager, too.
Oh, maybe I'm like the new recruit in the army. Everyone's out of step but me.
I won't have you talking like that. You're going to bring great drama to the American people.
Yes, come in.
Mr. Skinner, package for you. Compliments of Mr. Siegfried O'Hara.
Well, who on earth is that, Otis?
He's one of the stagehands at the theater. He told me he's a farmer whenever there's no show in town. Thank you, boy.
Thank you, sir.
Maud, look what Farmer O'Hara has sent us. A whole roast chicken.
He must raise sarsaparilla on his farm, too.
Huh.
Look, 4 bottles.
Well, dig in, darling. You have first choice on the drumsticks.
Thank you, dear love.
What is it? Maudie. Oh, you mustn't cry now, please.
I'm sorry. It's just that I'm afraid.
Oh, try not to be, sweetheart.
But I can't help it. I'm supposed to be eating for 2 now, and...
What?
Yes. And suppose our baby grows up with a taste for nothing but drumsticks and sarsaparilla.
Oh.
You're listening to Family Circle, starring Douglas Fairbanks as Otis Skinner and Cornelia Otis Skinner as your narrator on the Cavalcade of America, sponsored by the DuPont Company, makers of better things for better living through chemistry.
My father was a fine storyteller. And as I grew up, he told me all about the way things were with him and the lovely young actress he married, my mother, Maud Durbin. Before I arrived on the scene, they had one dream, bringing good plays to people all over America. From success in that dream, they believed, could come all sorts of other wonders. A normal life, a home, a child. They were poor. Their tour had been a failure. And the one dream sure to come true, it seemed, was me. No respecter of money and fame.
No, Maud, I'm determined.
Yes, you look very determined indeed, dear love. Now, what is it tonight?
That no child of ours shall be born in any ragtag theatrical trunk. No, ma'am, you're going to go to a good hospital where you'll have the best care money can buy.
But, Otis, how on earth will we pay the hospital bill?
Maudie, you know what a prestidigitator is? A magician. I've always thought I should have a spare act up my sleeve, something I could fall back on when Shakespeare failed me. Well, you're going to go to a hospital. So from now on, you may bill me as Otis Skinner, Prestidigitator Extraordinary.
The audience for my debut into the world was a dress circle of doctors and nurses in Chicago. As the star of that show, I was so expensive that Father had to go on the road by himself during that summer to pay for me. And as I grew, Mother abandoned her career as an actress in favor of me. But we traveled with Father wherever he went. My parents' dream of making a home was still far from coming true until Mother discovered a cottage in the country near Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania.
Now, Maud, you know you won't be happy there. Why, we'll be separated 2/3 of the time.
I know. Otis, do you remember the inscription on that stone in the Metairie Cemetery?
I'd never forget it.
Always in their separate dreams, one love. I'll manage, dearest.
But why should you have to manage? Things are easier for us now. Hotel life isn't too difficult, not in the big city.
Well, I wouldn't care for myself, but it's for the baby, for Bob. Oh, don't you see, Otis? If we're ever to have a home, it must be started while she's young. In the country, she'll have a place to play. She'll have the life a child ought to have.
Being on the road without you won't be the same.
But, darling, you'll have a home to come back to for the first time. And there'll be people about who aren't in the theater, who can talk about something else besides show business. Baby Cornelia need never even hear the word stage.
You're right. And I know it. But all I can think of is how much I'll be missing you when I'm taking my bow off in Paducah, alone.
Mother, when will Daddy be home? Soon now, darling. Go to sleep. Mother, listen. There's someone rides by the house on horseback every night. I'm scared of him. I'll tell you a secret. Sometimes I am, too. And then I think of a boy over in Scotland named Robert Louis Stevenson and the poem he wrote. What was it, Mother? Whenever the moon and the stars are set, whenever the wind is high, all night long in the dark and wet, a man goes riding by. I pretend, Daddy. Late in the night, when the fires are out, why does he gallop and gallop about? Whenever the trees are crying aloud and ships are tossed at sea, by on the highway, low and loud, by at the gallop goes he. Cornelia. Good night, baby.
Then, one wonderful day, Father signed under the management of the great Charles Frohman for the play called The Duel. It meant starring on Broadway at last. But to me, it also meant wonder of wonders that he could come home on weekends.
There he is, Bob. Look, he's wearing his elegant new greatcoat. Father!
Hello, Maud.
Oh,
Hello,
dear.
person.
Father, did you smell my snow?
Certainly I saw it. We're going belly-whopping on your sled this very afternoon.
Oh, my goodness. Won't that be too much exercise for an old party?
Oh, listen to her, Maud. You'd think we're a pair of septuagenarians.
Oh, that's funny. Mother told me you're a prestidigitator.
Oh, she did. She still thinks so.
I do.
Well, that calls for a celebration. Give us a kiss, Mother. One from you too, person. And let's go home.
And their dream of a home was realized during the years that followed. For Mother had a gift, not only for keeping our family circle snug and happy, but for charming the ever-widening circle of Father's friends. James Whitcomb Riley, E.H. Southern, Junior Marlowe, George Ade, Booth Tarkington, all fell under the spell of Maud Skinner's warmth and radiance. Sometimes, though, her loyal family spirit nearly ruined us, as when, during the First World War, Father was promoting the sale of Liberty bonds to his audiences between the acts of his current play. On this night, Mother and I were sitting in a box.
Yes, the Liberty Bond means victory over there for our boys, ladies and gentlemen. But to me, it means a great deal more than even victory. As an actor, I have traveled to many a little town and great city in this land. I have come to know
and love dearly the whole breadth of it. The country which gives a man the opportunity to develop his talents freely, to do in it as he wishes. And I'm grateful for that freedom, so grateful that I will personally match with my own purchase each $50 Liberty bond bought by you here tonight.
Isn't it wonderful, Cornelia? So magnetic.
Well, friends, no auctioneer has given you such an opportunity to purchase such an heirloom. For the item I am offering you tonight is priceless. It is liberty. Do I hear a bit, ladies and gentlemen?
Mr. Skinner, I'll take a $50 bond.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you. Friends, this young officer who has been wounded in the service of his country has shown you the way. Who will be the next?
I will. Mother, please. Mr. Skinner, I will take a $50 bond for every uniformed man in this theater.
You will?
I will.
Electrician, turn on the house lights, please.
Mother, didn't you know? Tonight, Daddy invited a whole regiment of soldiers. Oh, no.
We were lucky that Father had a talent for business, as well as for acting. Otherwise, we should never have met that obligation. As for me, during those years, I scorned all talents except those connected with the institutions spoken of in hushed tones as the theater. While Father was delighting the nation as Philippe Rideau in The Honor of the Family, Hodge the Beggar in Kismet, and the hurdy-gurdy man in Mr. Antonio, I was dreaming of the triumphs I would have as a great tragedienne. Oh, I was going to be Sousa, Bernhardt, and Modjeska, all rolled up into one. Father just smiled sweetly and allowed me a walk-on in his starring Broadway play, Blood and Sand. And when the curtain had fallen on that heart-stopping first night...
Well, Person, you made it. You didn't fall on your face in front of everybody either.
Was I dramatic?
Very.
Mr. Skinner, they're calling for you. Another curtain call.
All right. Come on, Bob.
Well, you're not taking me out there to bow with you.
I am. Your mother expects it. Come on.
In my panic and delight, he led me onto the stage and down to the footlights. We both bowed. First to the audience, then to each other. Then the curtain came down and I squeezed my hand and smiled.
Well, miss, you've made your New York debut. From now on, you're on your own.
After that night, Otis Skinner took in many another bow for audiences all over the world. And when the curtain finally came down for him and for his leading lady, Maud Durban, there was one person especially who remembered his courage, his talent, and his wonderful stories. The third person in our family circle, myself.
Tonight's DuPont Cavalcade, Family Circle, by Cornelia Otis Skinner, was adapted for radio by Virginia Radcliffe. Was directed by Jack Zoller. The part of Maud was played by Patricia Ryan. Music was composed by Arden Cornwell and conducted by Donald Bryan. Mr. Fairbanks will soon appear in his own production of The O'Flynn. This is Ted Pearson speaking. Cavalcade of America comes to you each week from the stage of the Longacre Theater on Broadway in New York, and is presented by the DuPont Company of Wilmington, Delaware.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
announce the millions of readers of Archie Comics magazine know and love so well. Archie Andrews, all the gang. And now for our weekly visit to Riverdale. It's Saturday morning as we look in on the Andrews family, and we find Mr. and Mrs. Andrews in the kitchen having breakfast.
More coffee, Fred? Fred, I said more coffee. Fred Andrews, did you hear me?
Oh, coffee. No, thanks, dear. I don't have time. I'll be leaving for the office in a minute.
Leaving for the office on a Saturday?
Yes, dear. I have to go in today because...
Good morning, Dad.
Oh, morning, Archie. Mary,
Morning, Mom. Good morning, dear.
Mary,
How's everyone this morning?
Fine. Mary,
Dad, could I see you about something very
Archie,
important?
I am trying to talk to your mother. Do you mind?
Gee whiz, Dad, I'm sorry. I just wanted to ask you something.
But it'll just have to wait till I'm through explaining to your mother why I'm going to the office today.
Okay, Dad, okay.
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 Archie.
All right, Dad, all right.
All right. Now, Mary, as I was about to say before I was so rudely interrupted, I'm going to the office today because I had to see Bob Lodge about a very important deal.
Oh, really?
Yes, I've been after the old sourpuss for 2 weeks now to try to get that order.
Well, what's the trouble, dear?
Well, every time I've tried to see the old goat, he hasn't been feeling well. So he said come in today.
Oh, I see.
And now, Archie, what did you want to ask me about?
Well, Dad, it's about Christmas.
Well, what about Christmas?
Well, it's only a few weeks away, you know.
Archie, I know that perfectly well. Now get to the point.
Well, Dad, the point is money.
Money?
Uh-huh.
What about money?
I don't have any.
That doesn't make the least bit of difference. What? No money? You mean you have no money to buy Christmas presents with?
Well, not a penny, Dad. Somehow I forgot all about saving up for Christmas this year.
Oh, fine. Well, Archie, before this goes any further, let me say that the answer is no. You'll get no extra money from me.
Oh, but Dad,
I know that may sound hard-hearted, but the fact remains, when I was a boy your age, young man, I didn't go to my father for money.
Who did you go to?
I went to my mother. No. I didn't go to anyone.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. I went out and rode my own hoe. Hoed my own row. That's what I did. I hoed my own row, and I expect you to do the same.
But I can't.
Why not?
No hoe.
Oh, right. Right. Archie, you don't need a hoe. That's a figure of speech, meaning I earned my own money, made my own way in the world, like any man should.
But, Dad,
Archie, nothing you can say will change my mind. Christmas or not, you'll get no money from me for presents. There's still plenty of time for you to earn some money between now and Christmas.
But, Dad,
No buts about it. No buts. And I have to get to the office now. Goodbye, dear. Goodbye, Archie.
But, Dad, wait, Dad, I gotta have some money. Gee whiz, now, how do you like that?
Now, Archie, your father's right.
Wait, huh?
It's your own fault you haven't been saving for Christmas, and there's still plenty of time to earn some money working on Saturdays or after school.
But, Mom, where am I going to find a job now? Where? Just tell me where.
Well, since you asked, Fudd's Drugstore's one place.
Huh?
Yes, I was in the drugstore just yesterday, and Mr. Fudd told me he was looking for a boy to run errands and help around the store.
Gee whiz, he is?
Yes, he said he'd pay $15 or $20 a week for the right boy.
15 or 20 a week? You mean dollars?
Yes, dear, dollars.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Why, Mom, I'd only have to work for 2 weeks and I'd have more money than I'd know what to do with. $15 or $20. Why, I could get all kinds of presents for everyone. Why, I could
Archie,
get that
if you're interested in that job, I suggest you go down and see Mr. Fudd instead of sitting here spending money you haven't earned yet.
Mom, I'm on my way right now. And you know something, Mom?
What?
If I get that job, you get an extra Christmas present for being my agent.
Yes, can I help you?
Oh, hello, Mr. Fudd. I understand you're looking for a boy.
Yes? Oh, yes. I'm looking for someone to work around the store. Someone alert, industrious, ambitious, clever, polite, sincere, and honest. Do you know anyone like that?
Oh, sure I do. Jughead Jones, No, Mr. Fudd. I mean me.
You? You want to work in my drugstore?
Uh-huh.
Well, what's your name?
Archie Andrews.
I see. Well, Arthur, do you know anything about the drugstore business?
Oh, of course I do, Mr. Fudd. I've been taking medicine for years.
Fine.
Look, Alfred, we get lots of people in here with minor complaints who don't know just what they want. Would you know what to do for them?
Oh, sure I would.
Well, suppose a man came in here with a pain in the neck. What would you do?
Well, I'd wait on his wife first and then see what he wants.
Good. No! I'm talking about a real pain in the neck, not his wife.
Oh, well, in that case, I'd sell him some aspirin.
Aspirin? Oh, that's very good, yes. Well, now suppose a man came in here who couldn't stop sneezing. What would you say?
Gesundheit.
Yes. No. He wants something to stop his sneezing.
Oh, well, I'd give him some nose drops.
Fine. Now suppose someone came in here wanting something for chronic intestinal gastritis. What would you recommend?
Oh, in that case, I'd tell him to... Chronic what?
Chronic intestinal gastritis.
Chronic intestinal gastritis. Well, I tell him it's chronic intestinal gastritis?
Yes, chronic intestinal gastritis.
Yes, that's what I thought you said. Well, I tell him to go to the drugstore down the street.
Fine, go to the drug... No. You give him some bicarbonate of soda for an upset stomach.
Oh, is that what he has?
Yes, that's what he has. Well, I can see you have a lot to learn. But if you want the job, why, I'm willing to try you for a day and see how it works out.
Gee whiz, you mean I can have the job?
On trial, yes. You can start right now. I've got to make up an important prescription, so you take care of the front of the store.
Oh, yes, sir. I'll take good care of it, Mr. Fudd. Don't you worry, sir.
Well, I'll try not to. But remember, Albert, if you get into any trouble, just call me.
Yes, Mr. Fudd, but the name is Archie, not Albert.
What's that, Alexander?
Nothing, Mr. Fudd, nothing. Alexander, Arthur, Albert, Alfred. Oh, well, what's the difference? I got the job, and if I make good today, I'll have enough money for Christmas presents. Oh, gee whiz, here comes my first customer. Oh, gee whiz, Jughead.
Who'd you expect? Dr. Kildare?
No, Jughead, but I didn't expect you either. What are you doing here?
Never mind what I'm doing here. What are you doing behind that counter?
I work here.
You work here?
Yes, Jug, I just got the job a minute ago. I'm earning my Christmas money this way. But tell me, Jug, what did you want anyway?
Well, I came in here because I got a cinder in my eye, and I wanted to have it taken out. But if you're working here, I think I'll leave the cinder in.
Jughead, don't be silly. Why, I can take a little cinder out.
No, sir, nothing doing.
Jughead, I'm surprised at you. Don't you have confidence in me? Don't you believe in me? Don't you trust me?
In one word, Archie. No.
Oh, fine. Well, okay, Jughead. But if you ever come in here wanting sodas on credit, I won't trust you either.
You mean you have charge of the soda fountain, too?
When Mr. Fudd is busy, I certainly do.
Oh, the heck with the cinder. Give me a double chocolate malt.
Now, Jughead, don't be funny. If you have a cinder in your eye, it should be taken out before it inflames the eye.
Well...
Now, come on. Why, I can take it out easy as anything. Just take one of these little sticks with some cotton on the end. Take the cinder right out for you.
But, Archie, I don't think...
Jug, now tilt your head back a little.
Archie,
Jug, quit arguing and keep your eye open while I run this cotton around the end.
Archie, will you...
Jug, hold still for half a minute, and I'll get... There we are, Jughead. There, I've got the cinder out.
Okay, now put my eye back.
Jug, don't be funny. Now, that didn't hurt the least bit, and you know it. How does your eye feel now?
Well, okay, I guess. But who's your friend?
My friend? Jug, what are you... Oh, boy. Jug, what happened to your eye?
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know, but one of your eyes is looking right at me, and the other one is looking over my shoulder.
And there's nobody standing next to you?
No, Jug, that's me. Well, just look in this mirror and see for yourself.
Okay, Oh! What, you got me?
Yes, Jug.
Your eyes are all crossed up.
Jughead,
What's me good when I come in here?
Jughead,
now look at me, bent chirping. I just can't know whether I'm coming or going.
Jug, will you...
I'll sue you. I'll have you arrested. I'll put you in jail.
Jug, please be
quiet. I want justice tonight for night.
Jughead, will you please be quiet?
Who, me?
Yes, you. Now, Jug, if you'll just calm down for a minute, I'm sure we can do something to fix...
What's going on here? What's going on here?
Oh, boy, Mr. Fudge.
Something cockeyed going on here.
Arthur,
what is all this noise about?
Well, Mr. Fudd, I can explain. This is my friend Jughead, and he came in here a minute ago with a cinder in his eye, and, well, I was taking it out, his eye got twisted around, and, well, he can't get it back in place.
Oh, good heavens. Young man, let me see your eyes. Oh, okay.
Oh, what you shot me for?
Well, young
what
man,
kind of drugstore is it?
Young
First
man,
they made me cross-eyed and then they beat me up.
Jughead, will you please shut up?
Oh, me?
Yes, you. Mr. Fudd slapped you for a reason. Your eye went right back into place.
Gee whiz, it did?
Yes, it did. Now, look in this mirror again.
Gee whiz. Oh, boy. I'm beautiful again.
Yes, Jug, you're beautiful again. Mr. Fudd, I'm awfully sorry I caused all this trouble.
I should think you would be. Abraham, I'm afraid I'm going to have to let you go.
Oh, but Mr. Fudd, no, I need the job. Please, I won't get into any more trouble, I promise.
I'm sorry,
And if you let me stay, why, Jughead will work here, too, for nothing.
What? Yeah, I'll be glad to work here for nothing. What? Now, listen, Archie.
Jug, be quiet. Just think, Mr. Fudd. You'll have an assistant clerk and an errand boy, all for the price of one.
Well, all right, Andy. I'll give you one more chance. But I've got to get that prescription finished, so you stay out of trouble, you hear?
Oh, yes, Mr. Fudd, yes, I will. And thanks a lot.
Gee whiz, Archie, what's the big idea of telling him I'd work here for nothing?
Jughead, I only told him that, but as long as I stay here on trial, I'll give you half of my salary.
Oh, okay. That's better. That's much better. How much is your salary?
Well, while I'm on trial, nothing.
Mr. Lodge will see you now, Mr. Andrews. You may go in. Thank you for waiting.
Oh, thank you, miss. I didn't mind the wait at all. Much. Well, hello there, Lodge, old man. How are you?
Hello, Andrews. Good to see you.
What did you say?
I said it's good to see you.
That's what I thought you said. Something wrong?
Yes, Andrews. I've had these nervous hiccups all day, and I can't get rid of them.
Oh, my. Well, that's too bad. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you too sick to discuss this contract?
Well, right now I am. Andrews, don't look so worried. Just wait a few minutes and we can get down to business.
Why, what's going to happen in a few minutes?
Well, I'm having a special prescription made up down at Fudd's Drugstore, and as soon as that prescription gets here, why, Andrews, I'll be as good as new.
Ah.
Yes, sir, just as soon as it gets here.
Now listen, Jughead, all we got to do is stay out of trouble from now on.
Yeah, but I'd still like to know how that weed got in there.
Jug, I just want you to help me out until I get in good with Mr. Fudd, that's all. Oh, boy, here comes another customer now. Gee whiz, it's Veronica.
Why, Archie. Oh. Hi, y'all, Archie Jim. It's awful good to see you, Archie. See ya. Hello, Jughead.
Hi, Veronica.
Whatever are you and Jughead doing behind that counter?
Oh, I work here, Veronica, and Jug's helping me out.
Work here? My goodness, do you really?
Yes, sir, I'm a working man now. Just tell me what you want, and I'll be glad to serve you.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. Here's a whole list of things that Mother wants.
Fine. Jughead, make up this order.
Me? Now, listen, Archie.
Jughead, can't you even do me the favor of filling an order so I can talk to Veronica for a minute?
Gee whiz, okay. Give me the list, Veronica.
Well, here you are, Jughead.
Okay. I'll get the stuff if I can find it.
Now, Archie, what did you want to talk to me about?
You.
Me? What about me?
Well, only that I think you're wonderful.
Oh, Archie, do you really?
Mm-hmm. In fact, you're terrific, Veronica. Especially your eyes.
My eyes?
Uh-huh. They're just like
corn pads.
Corn pads? No. Jughead, what are you talking about?
About corn pads. It says so right on this list.
Oh, great. All right, Jughead. Put the corn pads down and get the other stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that Jughead. Now, Veronica, where were we?
You were telling me why you think I'm wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Well, another thing I'm wild about is your complexion.
My complexion?
Uh-huh. Your skin. It's just like...
Adhesive tape.
Adhesive. No. Jughead, now what are you talking about?
Here's the adhesive tape Veronica wants.
Oh, great. All right, Jughead. Put it down and go get the other thing.
Okay, I guess.
Adhesive tape, all that jughead. Now, Veronica, where was I?
You were saying you like my complexion.
Oh, yeah. And another thing I like, Veronica, is your figure.
My figure?
Uh-huh. It reminds me of...
A hot water bottle.
A hot water bottle. No, Junk.
Oh, that's what it says on this list.
Jughead, look, I know that's what it says on this list, but can't you keep that medicine cabinet out of my conversation with Veronica?
Gee whiz, Archie asked me to get those things, you know.
No, me, all right, Jughead. Is there anything else on the list?
No, that's all.
Okay. I'll put this stuff in a bag for you, Veronica, and we'll have our talk some other time.
All right, Archie. Come over to my house whenever you get a chance.
Okay, Veronica, I will.
Bye now, Archie.
Bye now, Veronica. Bye now. Bye.
Bye, Veronica.
Anthony?
Bye, Anthony.
Oh, Mr. Fudd.
Yes, Mr. Fudd. I'm not interrupting anything, I hope.
Oh, no, Mr. Fudd, no. Not a thing. I was just waving goodbye to Veronica.
Veronica?
Yes, sir.
And who, might I inquire, is Veronica?
Oh, she's a friend of mine. But she just came in to buy a few things.
I see. And did she get the things she wanted?
Oh, sure. Corn pads, adhesive tape, and a hot water bag. Everything she wanted.
I see. Then perhaps you can answer one question.
Why, sure, Mr. Fudd.
Why didn't I hear the cash register ring?
Oh, I never bother with the cash register. Oh, boy. Oh, she never paid me.
Never paid you? Oh, you mean to say you gave her my corn pads, my adhesive tape, and my hot water bag, and she never paid you?
Oh, Mr. Fudd,
This has gone far enough, Ambrose. You're through.
Oh, but Mr. Fudd, listen, I'll pay for it myself.
What's that?
Yes, sir, I will. I'll pay for it. Well, I don't exactly have the money, but you can just put it on the bill for my family, and I'll explain to my mother later.
Well, all right. I don't care who pays for it as long as it's paid for.
Yes, Mr. Fudd.
Now, I'll give you one more chance, but for heaven's sake, Archibald, try to stay out of trouble, or I'll never get that prescription made up.
Yes, Mr. Fudd. I'll stay out of trouble.
Gee whiz, Archie, why did you offer to pay for all that stuff Veronica got?
I had to, Jughead. I had to keep this job. But you know something, Jughead? I think it'd be cheaper to get fired.
Well, how are you feeling now, Lodge?
Right.
Oh, that's too bad. You know, you stopped hiccuping there for a moment. I thought perhaps you were feeling well enough to discuss this contract.
Andrews, I'd love to get that contract settled, but I just can't keep my mind on business with these hiccups.
Oh, of course, man, I understand. No hurry at all. But didn't you say the drugstore was sending up some medicine for your hiccups?
Yes, should have been here 10 minutes ago, too. I'll phone, see what's holding it up.
All right, here you are, Lodge.
Thanks. Operator, get me Riverdale 821, please. I never saw a service like this. Why, if I ran my business the way that Fudd runs...
You got the ills, we got the pills.
What?
I said Fudd's drugs, you got the ills, we got the pills.
Say, is this Mr. Fudd?
Well, no, sir. This is his new assistant clerk.
Oh, well, let me talk to Mr. Fudd.
So?
Let me talk to Mr. Fudd.
Well, I'm sorry, sir, but there's no one here by the name of Fuddick.
No. Not Fuddick. I want to talk to Mr. Fudd.
Oh, do you mean Mr. Fudd?
Yes, Mr. Fudd.
Oh.
Tell him Mr. Lodge called. And if he doesn't get that prescription up to my office in 5 minutes, he can take the darn medicine himself. Goodbye. Yeah, maybe now I'll get some action.
Yes, sir. You told him that time, Lodge.
Yes.
But what seems to be the trouble over there, anyway?
Andrews, from what I could make out, Mr. Fudd's main trouble is that his assistant clerk is an idiot. That's what. A plain, old-fashioned idiot.
Jughead, did you give Mr. Fudd that message from Mr. Lodge?
Yeah, and Mr. Fudd said if you'd only keep out of trouble for 2 minutes, maybe you could get the prescription finished.
Okay, Jug, from now on, we gotta stay out. Oh, gee, here comes another customer now, and well, gee whiz, it's Betty. Gee whiz.
Why, Archie, what are you doing here?
Hi, Betty. I work here.
Oh, golly, you do?
Yeah. When Mr. Fudd's busy, I watch the store.
And I watch Archie.
Oh, hi, Jug.
Hi, Betty.
But how long have you been working here, Archie?
Oh, just today, Betty. I took the job to earn some Christmas money.
Oh, golly, that's wonderful, Archie. I'm awfully proud of you. Working for a salary.
Oh, it's nothing, Betty, nothing.
Yeah, so's his salary.
Jug, be quiet. But tell me, Betty, what can I do for you?
Well, Archie, I came in to get a soda.
A soda? An ice cream soda?
Uh-huh, a chocolate frosted.
Uh-oh.
Betty, something tells me you'd better settle for a glass of water.
Jughead, be quiet. Betty, you come right over here and I'll make you the best chocolate frosted you've ever seen.
Yeah, and you might be able to drink it, too.
Jug, for the last time, be quiet.
Okay.
Okay. Now, where's the metal mixer?
Oh, here it is,
Attaboy. Now, the ice cream scoop?
Here it is.
Attaboy. Now, let's see. This should be the chocolate ice cream right in here. Yes, sir, chocolate ice cream. Now, I take a scoop of ice cream, like that. And now, Betty, I'm going to toss the ice cream way up in the air and catch it in the glass just like the real soda jerks do.
Oh, now, Archie, never mind the trick. Just make
Betty, it's easy as can be. Now, watch. I toss the ice cream high into the air, and it lands
right in the dishwater.
Gee whiz, I missed.
You sure did. Archie, I told you not to try any tricks.
Betty, it's okay. I'll do it this time. I got to learn sometime. Now, I just take this scoop of ice cream and toss it high into the air, and it lands right on the floor. Gee whiz, I missed again.
Oh, Archie, maybe you better
Nothing doing, Betty, nothing doing. I'm going to learn this trick if it takes all day.
And all the ice cream in the store.
Jug, be quiet.
Okay.
Now, I take the ice cream and I toss it high into the air, and it lands right in the... Gee whiz, where'd that one go to?
What hit me?
Gee whiz. Golly. Oh, Mr. Fudd, it landed right on his head.
A Fudge Sunday.
Jug, don't be funny.
What hit me, I say? Amos Fudges on the top of my head. It isn't hair.
Jug, be quiet. Mr. Fudd, it's ice cream. I was trying to make a chocolate frosted.
Ice cream on my head.
Now, Mr. Fudd, I can explain. You see,
This is the last straw. Absolutely the last straw. Agnew, you're fired.
But, Mr. Fudd...
You're fired. I say fired, and I don't want to hear another word.
Oh, but Mr. Fudd, it's all my fault.
You've got to leave here right now. What did you say, miss?
I said it's all my fault, Mr. Fudd. I ordered a chocolate frosted, and I asked Archie to make it by throwing the ice cream in the air and catching it in the glass.
But, Betty...
And I'll be glad to pay for all the ice cream he wasted.
Oh, well, in that case, since you're a customer, I suppose it's all right. But I warn you, Addison, this is the last chance you get. Absolutely the last chance.
Are you feeling any better, Lodge?
No, Andrews, I'm not. I'm feeling worse. What's keeping that prescription? I don't know.
Now, calm down, old man. Calm down. No sense letting this thing upset you. Suppose we just call the drugstore again.
Andrews, I got a better idea than that. I'm going down to that drugstore, by George, and get that medicine if I have to make it myself. And while I'm at it, I'll give that guy a piece of my mind.
Lodge, that's a great idea. Yes, sir. In fact, I'll go right along with you and help.
Well, I guess I'd better run along, Archie, and let you attend to business.
Okay, Betty, and gee, thanks again for saving my job for me.
Oh, that's okay, Archie.
Look, here's Veronica again.
Veronica?
Gee whiz.
Hello, Betty. Hello, Jug. Hello, Archie.
Well, hiya, Veronica. What are you doing here again?
Well, Archie, after I got home, I realized I forgot to pay you for all those things I ordered. So I came back.
Oh, gee, you didn't have to do that, Veronica. I had already...
Look, Mrs. Andrews.
Mom. Golly.
Hello, Veronica. Hello, Betty. Hello, Judge. Hello, Archie.
Mom, what are you doing here?
Well, I was downtown shopping, dear, so I thought I'd drop in to see how you're doing on the new job.
Well, not too good,
We'll
Mom.
tell him, Lodge. Yes, sir. We'll tell him a thing or two.
Mr. Andrews.
Jughead.
Dad. Fred.
Mary.
Father.
Veronica.
Sounds like old home week.
Mary, what is all this?
What's going on out here? What's going on?
Just the man I
Oh,
want to see.
Mr. Lodge, when did you come in?
What are you doing behind that counter?
Oh, I work here, Dad.
You work here?
Axelrod, don't mean you used to work here.
Would you...
Oh, dear, Fred, do something.
Would you please... But I...
Quiet.
Well, look, Judge.
Quiet! Quiet! That's better. Now listen to me, all of you. This nonsense has gone far enough. Too far, in fact. It so happens I'm trying to run a drugstore here, not a crazy house. Do you understand that, Arnold?
Yes, sir. Who's Arnold?
Then be quiet. All right. Then it's high time I straighten things out around here. First, Anthony, you're fired.
Yes, sir. Who's Anthony?
Be quiet. And that goes for your assistant, too.
Yes, sir.
Now, young lady, what do you want?
I was just going.
All right. Young lady, what do you want?
I wanted to pay for the things I ordered before.
Oh, the corn pads and adhesive in the hot water bottle. That's $1.96.
Yes, Mr. Fudd. Here you are.
All right. Now, madam, what do you want?
I just dropped in to see how my son was doing on his job.
Well, now you know. He hasn't got a job.
Oh.
Now, Mr. Lodge, I know what you want, your prescription, and I have it right here.
Mr. Fudd, you're wrong.
What's that?
I don't need my prescription anymore. All this yelling and excitement has cured my hiccups.
Cured your hiccups?
Cured your hiccups. Lodge, you mean you feel all right now? Better than I have in weeks. Yes, sir. We'll go back to my office, Andrews, and sign those contracts right now.
Well, I'll be darned. Everything's turned out all right after all.
Yeah. Except I'm out of a job.
Oh, yes. Well, Archie, tell me, did you get this job as a result of our little talk this morning?
Uh-huh.
Well, son, you made a good try. And since Mr. Lodge here is going to give me a fine big order, don't you worry any more about getting your Christmas money.
Gee whiz, Dad, you mean you'll give me Christmas money?
Yes, son, all you need.
Well.
Mr. Fudd may not agree with me, but I think you've earned it. So come on, everybody, the sodas are on me.
Archie will be back in just a minute. But first, one of the easiest things in the world for parents to do is figure, oh, well, the children are still young yet. When it comes time for sending them to college, we'll get the money somehow. And the trouble is, all too often, suddenly the youngsters are grown and there's no money on hand for college tuition. Make sure you'll have the money for college when the time comes. Join the payroll savings plan now. Remember, the savings bonds you get through the payroll savings plan mature in 10 short years, mature at a high profit. For each $3 you save now, you get back $4. For each $300, you get back $400. So think about it this weekend. And on Monday, see your company cashier about joining the payroll savings plan. And now back to the Andrews. Everyone's happy again and have just finished the sodas Dad bought in anticipation of the order he's about to get for Mr. Lodge.
Oh, gee. Thanks a million, Dad. Thanks. That was a swell soda.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Andrews.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Andrews.
You're welcome. You're welcome, kid. Glad you enjoyed them. Well, Lodge, what do you say? Shall we get back to your office now and sign those contracts?
All right, Andrews. That's a good idea.
What'd you say?
I said that's a good... Oh, good grief. That ice cream soda's brought my hiccups back again.
Brought your hiccups?
Yeah.
No. Oh, no. Now they got hiccups.
You've been listening to another chapter of The Adventures of Archie Andrews, written by Carl Jampel and based on the copyrighted feature appearing in Archie Comics magazine. Archie was played by Bob Hastings, Jughead by Harlan Stone. Mom and Dad Andrews were played by Alice Uhrman and Arthur Cole, Veronica and Betty by Gloria Mann and Rosemary Rice. Also in the cast were Walter Vaughn as Mr. Lodge and Bill Griffiths as Mr. Fudd. This program is produced and directed by Kenneth McGregor. Listen next Saturday for more of the merry adventures of Archie Andrews. This is Bob Sherry wishing you all a very pleasant weekend. So long. Stay tuned for Meet the Meeks, which will be heard immediately over most of these stations.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
To enjoy Life. Life with Luigi, a new comedy show created by Cy Howard and starring that celebrated actor, Mr. J. Carrol Nash, with Alan Reed as Pasquale. And now let's read Luigi's letter as he writes about his adventures in America to his Mama Basco in Italy.
Dear Mamma Mia, it's now Christmas shopping season, and all the good Americans, they're moving out of their houses and they start to live in one bigger place. The apartment stores. Mamma Mia, yesterday I sent to you your Christmas present, a bread toaster. This is a wonderful American invention, but there's one thing I want to warn you about. Don't try to stuff the whole bread in at one time. Put in just one slice of bread and don't do nothing until you see the smoke come out. Then you take out the bread, scrape off the black part and eat. This is a taste almost as good as a plain bread that's stale. But at Christmas time, everybody has got a list with their friends' names on it. I'm going to get mine too. Everybody's name is on it, except my countryman Pasquale, because for him I'm going to get something extra special. All year long, I'm going to put away $1 a week in my bank's Christmas fund until now I'm going to get $50. Just for this big surprise for Pasquale. It's a wonderful surprise. And it's such a big secret, I'm hate even to tell it myself. But to you, I'm going to tell them, Mamma Mia. You see, everybody is to get to somebody they got... Oh, wait, the Pasquales are coming in my store now. I'm going to write to you later.
Luigi, my friend. Hello, Luigi. Hello.
Hello, Pasquale. Merry Christmas.
And a Merry Christmas to you, too, little banana nose. Luigi, I know you're short of money, so don't get me nothing you can't pay out in the 12 easy installments.
All right, Pasquale. Pasquale, you finished with your Christmas shopping yet?
Luigi, how would you like to see television every night the next year?
No, Pasquale, you shouldn't.
Don't worry, I didn't.
Huh?
Luigi, I'm only teasing.
All right, Pasquale. Goodbye. I'm going to see you later.
Goodbye. Little pumpkin head. Where is he going to get the money to buy the good presents anyway? He's always got to come to me for money. I'm his private little marshal plan. Hey, what's this he's left behind? An envelope. I'm no like it to peek, but at the inside of the envelope wants to peek on me. Hey, what's this? $50. Oh, he's to do something behind my back. Let's see what he's to write on this paper. Christmas list. Well, my name must be on the top. Miss Spaulding. Schultz, Horowitz, Olson. He must be saving me for the last. Mailman, Rosa, window cleaner, Officer Flanagan, Tommy the newsboy, Jake the pickle man. He's left me out. $50. He's a hid away from me, and he's left me out. Me, he's a guardian in America. When he's come here from Italy, I give him his first pair of shoes, his first haircut, his first comic book. And when he's not going to read it, I help him out. I got somebody to read it to him. No present of Pasquale, huh? Well, I'm going to show him this list. And this the money I ain't going to keep it. I'm just going to hold it for him till Christmas. Christmas of 1999.
All right, class, quiet, please. I'll call the roll. Mr. Basco?
Here.
Mr. Howard?
Here.
Mr. Olson?
Here.
Mr. Schultz?
Listen.
Mr. Schultz, are you supposed to be Santa Claus?
That's what my wife's relatives sing. Come on, dancer. Come on, Prancer.
Mr. Schultz, enough of that, and stop cracking your belt.
All right. Down, Hickok. smile, Miss Spaulding. It's just the Christmas spirit. Here's a present I bought for you. Some voodoo perfume.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Schultz.
Miss Spaulding, I brought you something, too.
Yeah, now here's my gift to Miss Spaulding.
I brought you something also. What a bunch of copycats.
Well, class, it's wonderful. I can't find the words.
Who cares, just so long as you don't find the price tag.
Hey, Schultz, what's us in here? I'm brought you some little things too.
Thank you, Luigi. Thank you very much. Well, should I do it to him now?
Sure, go ahead. Give it to him. Go ahead.
All right. Luigi, we all got together yesterday after class, and, we all talked about you and what a nice little fellow you was, and, but we shipped in, and here's your Christmas present, and that's all. Merry Christmas.
Oh, friends, what a wonderful present. This is the most beautiful fountain pen I've ever owned. This is the only fountain pen I've ever owned. Mamma mia, look. A gold top and a beautiful inside.
Luigi, go ahead. Read the inscription that we wrote for you on the pen. Your Luigi, and they come straight from the heart.
All right, I'm reading. 14-karat gold filled.
Luigi, you are reading the point. Here on the cap you read.
Oh. With the sincere friendship, class, that's beautiful. And I can't think of any other words that you could have added.
More words? Say, if we added any more words, you'd have ended up with 2 fountain pens.
Luigi, we're glad you liked it. It was just a slight return for the present you got us.
Luigi, what did you get for Pasquale?
Well, for Pasquale, I'm getting something extra special. You see, he's the one who's brought me to this country. This wonderful country, America. And you see, well, he's a watch over me all the time, so I'm getting him big surprise.
A wallet?
A what?
A necktie.
A news?
No, class, none of those things. It's a surprise and
give us a hint, anyhow.
Well, it's something Pasquale not going to touch, smell, or feel. He's not going to keep it, but once he's got it, he's not going to exchange it.
Stop, Luigi, you're getting us all for shimmers. Come on, Luigi, you just got our curiosity all around.
What are you going to give Pasquale?
Well, yesterday I went to the bank, took out the money, and I said to myself, what am I going to get Pasquale at different? Something that nobody has ever gave anybody before.
Aha, so you're getting him a shrunken mummy head.
Mr. Schultz, please stop interrupting and let Mr. Basco finish.
Well, anyway, I took the money and Mamma mia.
Something wrong, Mr. Basco?
Wait. Hey, Pasquale's a Christmas money. It's a miss and I lost it.
Luigi, wait. First look in all your pockets.
Yeah, but
and try to think where you might have left it.
No, I'm left it in no place. I'm lost it. That's terrible. Please, Miss Spaulding, you excuse me. I'm gotta go look for it.
Certainly, Mr. Basco.
Luigi, don't take it so hard. Smile, that's only money. Though you lost it, what are you going to do? Jump off the bridge? How much money did you lose?
$50.
$50? Luigi, move over and I'll jump off with you.
And now let's turn to page 2 of Luigi Basco's letter to his mother-in-law.
And so, Mamma mia, is no use even to tell you what the wonderful present I was going to get for Pasquale. Because I was lost the $50 I was saving for it. All night long, I'm looking the streets with my searchlight. I'm going to find the $50. And I'm going to have a fight with the 2 people in a parked car. Also in my house, I'm going to look all over under my rug, in the flower pot, in the chandelier. And all I found is a dust, 2 flowers, and a lamp that's no working. Also, I'm pushed away all the furniture, swept up all the floors, the dust under the couch and the bed. I'm no fan of money, Mamma Mia. But today I'm got the cleanest house or room in Chicago. Mamma Mia, I'm not got the heart to look at the Pasquale. Right now I'm seeing it through my window, and he's talking to Ross, and he's very mad. Yeah, I'm going to just imagine what he's saying to her about me.
Rosa, stop eating for a minute. I want to talk to you.
All right, Papa.
Rosa, who's the best friend Luigi's ever had?
You, Papa.
Yes, and who's treated him better and fairer than anybody else in the country?
You, Papa.
Yes. And who's it turned out to be a rotten, ungrateful jackass?
You, Papa.
Yes. For this, I send you to school. Can't you say nothing but you, Papa? Go back to you, Papa. Rosa, from now on, we're through with Luigi. Don't ever associate with him. Don't go near him. And don't ever let me see you thinking about him.
Can I marry you, Papa?
Not even that. Rosa, if he was to come back to you on his hands and knees, what would you say to him?
Luigi, you want to play piggyback?
I'm so mad with him, he's never going to get it back as a $50. Some Christmas list he's had. Presents for everybody, even a Jake and a Pickle man. But for me, nothing. It's not the present so much. I wouldn't have cared if he was to give me a cheap 29-cent necktie. The same one I gave him last year. Ooh, I'm so mad at him, I'm going to cut him out of my will.
Papa, have you got a will?
I got to make one just so I can cut him out.
Papa, maybe Luigi just forgot about you.
No, it's impossible. I've been hinting since the Thanksgiving. God, huh? Rosa, mind the stall. I'm going to talk with that little pup squeak. Can't stand this. I've got to find out why he's left me out of his Christmas list. He better have a good reason, or else I'm going to break his neck. Hello, Luigi.
Hello, Pasquale. Merry Christmas.
That all depends. What are you looking so sad about? You did something you sorry for, maybe?
Pasquale, I'm lost little white envelope. Maybe you was a friend?
Absolutely not, and I can prove it with 6 witnesses.
I'm a believer you, Pasquale.
Luigi.
What?
You, didn't forget anything lately, eh?
Forget that?
Yes, you know, it's the season now for Santa Claus. People are being generous. Fill the stockings over the fireplace.
Pasquale, I'm sorry, but...
Don't about me no buts. Luigi, all year long you've been crying about that broken down old radio you got that's always blowing the tubes. So yesterday I went out and bought you something.
A new radio?
No, 3 new tubes. That was going to be your present, including a few other things I was going to get you. But now you can forget it.
Pasquale, please listen.
After all, the fellow who's a forget, I'm alive.
Yeah, but Pasquale, I didn't forget you.
Ah, you got something for me, Luigi? You save it for a surprise.
Yeah, Pasquale. Yeah, here's your present and a Merry Christmas.
Oh, Luigi, what a beautiful fountain pen.
Yeah.
Look, a gold cap, a 14-carat point. Oh, it's a writing on it.
Yeah.
With a sincere friendship. Luigi, I got to apologize to you. I had you all wrong.
Oh, well, it's all right, Pasquale. As long as you're happy now.
Luigi, I can't tell you how happy I am. But now you did me a favor. I'm going to do you a little favor.
Pasquale, please, no Rosa.
No, it's not the Rosa. It's something else. Luigi, when you left the store yesterday, I was standing there, and suddenly...
Luigi, my fellow boob.
Hello, Schultz.
Ach, smile, Luigi. A Merry Christmas to everybody, even you, Pasquale.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Delicatessen Man.
Luigi, I never got a chance to really thank you for that little wallet you gave me for a present.
That's right, Schultz. You're in a good health.
I love that little secret compartment inside where you can hide some money, you know. You know, that's really very tricky. It took my wife 10 minutes to find it. Smile, everybody. Be like me, always laughing. Rheumatism is killing me. Anyway, Luigi, thanks for the wallet. It's too bad that you didn't find your money.
Schultz, I want to talk to you.
Now, just a second, Luigi. Pasquale, it's too bad that Luigi couldn't get your present this year.
No.
What are you talking about? Luigi would never forget his best friend.
No, sure. Pasquale, I was...
Schultz, Luigi's giving this for me. That's a very expensive present.
Himmel, that the very same fountain pen the class gave you, Luigi?
What?
Yeah, sure. Hey, I'm like it so much, I'm going out and I got the same one for Pasquale.
Aha. And where's yours, Luigi?
Well, mine is, you see, Schultz, on the way home from school, I'm lost mine.
Oh, you did, huh? Then tell me this, Luigi. How could you buy Pasquale a fountain pen if you lost the $50?
Luigi, you mean that you couldn't buy me a present when you lost the money? So you gave me the fountain pen the classes gave to you?
Merry Christmas, Mr. Pasquale.
Luigi, why didn't you tell him why you didn't give him a present? Pasquale, do you know that this little Wiener Schnitzel has been saving $1 a week from his lunches and car fares just so he could prepare a big surprise for you?
Luigi, you was going to spend all the $50 on me. Well, what could you buy? A suit, a coat, the shoes, a down payment on an automobile?
No, Pasquale. It wasn't nothing like it. That wasn't nothing you could wear or eat or play with. Was it something for the heart?
Well, what? Tell us already.
To me, Christmas is not just the giving of things. Well, is it for the spirit. Peace, sonite, goodwill toward the man. And Pasquale, if what I was going to give you would have made you feel that way, that would have been a real Christmas present.
Luigi, where is this present? Or maybe if you was just suddenly to find the money, you could have still buy it.
No, Pasquale, it isn't that in the story. You see, I went to the church, and I said to Father Connie, I'm going to be glad to give the church $50 if on a Christmas night you little boys of choir with the beautiful voices was it to come and sing outside of Pasquale's restaurant.
Little boys of choir?
Yeah.
Ach, Luigi, only you could think of a thing like that.
Yeah, but, what's the use? I was supposed to be there this morning, but I didn't have the money. I'm sorry, Pasquale. Hey, Pasquale, where you going?
I'm going to kill myself.
What?
Luigi, I'm the worst rat that's ever crawled on the face of this earth. You see, I was the one that found the... Hey, Luigi, what's that?
Hey, Pasquale, that's the little boy's choir. Yeah, there was a come anyway. And there's a Father Connie.
Open the doors. Let's hear.
Yeah, listen.
Maria, gratia plena, Ave, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus
Oh, Father Connie, the hat was so beautiful. Hey, but I'm not expected you to come. I'm gonna bring you the money.
Luigi, the church never asks for money in advance.
Advance? But, Father, I'm not got to nothing. You see, I was lost.
Luigi, look, under the table.
What? The envelope? Hey, it's looking like my envelope. Wait a minute. I'm going to look inside. Yeah, it's the money inside. Yeah, my money. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
You see, Luigi, you found your money after all.
Yeah, but Father, how is it possible? It was only 50 in the envelope, and there's 100.
Luigi, it's a Christmas time. A miracle is going to happen.
Yeah, Pasquale. But, I'm a wonder who's made the miracle. Pasquale has got his Christmas present after all. And I'm finished with this letter to you with my brand new fountain pen. Pasquale is the one who writes some extra words on it, like, you best friend, Pasquale, and, about the Schultzes and all that. So now is a pen and a pencil set. Mamma mia, maybe you're thinking it to yourself. What my present was meant to Pasquale. Well, I'm going to tell you. After everybody has went away, the father, the choir, Schultz, everybody, I'm looked at the empty envelope and I'm said it to Pasquale. Pasquale, you made the miracle. And Pasquale has said it to me. No, Luigi. You did it. It's to take a miracle to make a miracle. Merry Christmas, Mamma Mia.